backfield. Number 14, senior, 155 pounds, Scott Lash. Number 20, senior, 165, Dirk Cisneros. Number 24, senior, 160, Jesse Brannon. Number 80, sophomore, 155, Josh Ranson. At linebacker, number 51, junior, 215, Jade McNeely. Number 50, junior, 240, Ryan Palmer. Number 5, senior, 220, Jeff Flora. And on the line, number 33, junior, 195, Chris Chavez. Number 69, junior, 200 pounds, Joe Knight. Number 90, junior, 235, Ralph Morales. Number 99, senior, 210, Robert Wunderlich. And the head coach, the Arvada West Wildcats, Dave Logan.
What a beautiful evening it is. Don Martin along with Eric Christensen as we come to you from Jefferson County Stadium for the Arvada West Wildcats and the Pomona Panthers. Wildcats out there in the all-purple, the Pomona Panthers in the black and white, and this is going to be a game for the ages. I just got that feeling. I look across the horizon out there, and I see this big old orange harvest moon. I mean, this is definitely football weather, Eric.
This is what it's supposed to be like, kind of cold. When you get hit, it's going to hurt a little bit. It's going to sting a little bit. You got two schools who, I guess it's fair to say, don't like each other very much. I talked to Coach Clyde earlier this week, and he said it's definitely a West week at Arvada, and I'm sure the same held true over at Arvada West. So you've got two teams ranked in the top 10 in state, teeing it off in late November with some playoff ramifications on the line. Doesn't get any better than this.
Big playoff ramifications, as a matter of fact, as we watch the coin toss. I'll get that out correctly. And it appears right now as if the Pomona Panthers have won the coin toss. So they're going to defer, kick off. Typically a move held up for Dave Logan and the Arvada West Wildcats. But this time the Gary Platt-led Pomona Panthers decide to defer, kick this ball off, get the offense going for the high-powered Wildcats and see if they can stop them. The Cats come into this game at 7-2. The Panthers at 8-1. What a tremendous matchup this is. Pomona, they win 2 games last year. This year they win 8. This is a team that all of a sudden knows how to win. Dave Logan has been losing a lot of sleep as of late, putting together what I will tell you is an awesome game plan, and I just had an opportunity to speak with one of his coaches, and I'm just anxious to get this one underway. We're going to go ahead and quieten down for the national anthem, and we'll get some football underway in a moment. Here come the Arvada West Wildcats as they run through a tunnel full of parents and the student body as well. Cheerleaders, palms down there, and they're going to go ahead and put some time up on this clock to get this one underway. The Cats will receive this football in the south end zone. They'll be going from right to left on your screen, and the Pomona Panthers, they break their huddle, and they're ready for some football as well. Great-looking crowd on both sides of the field. This is going to be a Friday night to remember.
Well, a win tonight really gives Arvada West a lot of stock as far as making the playoffs. A loss tonight And who knows whether they'll be invited to play some more football next weekend and weeks after that. I mean, this is a huge game for Arvada West. Expect Dave Logan and company to pull off all the stops, because a loss very well could mean there's no tomorrow. So they're going to be playing and pulling out everything in the playbook, going to page, 100F or whatever it is, pulling out every little wrinkle they can. And for Gary Klatt's club, this is a chance to build some momentum going into the postseason. They've already guaranteed themselves a spot, only losing once this year to Fairview. And, hey, this is a game they don't want to lose. We've talked about it before. These two teams really don't like each other. It's a huge rivalry. Coach Klatt and Coach Logan actually coached together back in the mid-'80s at Pomona, so they have a mutual respect for each other. And anytime two coaches like that have that kind of mutual respect, they just want to beat each other all the more.
Yes, they do. And I remember that well when Dave was out there coaching with Pomona. Matter of fact, I went to Pomona.
I thought you went to Doherty in the Springs.
I did.
What high school didn't you go to?
I happened to finish up here. I just never wanted to let anybody know I happened to go to school. But tonight we are here on the Wildcat Television Network. Back Pyatt and Durn to receive. 12 minutes up on the clock. And let's get this one underway as we get set for some football. This is going to be a lot of fun. Pyatt does not want his career to end here tonight. So he is going to get that ball often and in a lot of different sets and in a lot of different situations and scenarios in which I think a few of them in there that he's not even used to himself.
He will be a busy man tonight.
No doubt about it. McLaughlin back to kick this ball off, puts a foot into it, and that was Bishop, as a matter of fact. This ball comes down to Durn, the 10, 15, 20, cuts across, 25, still on his feet, out to the 29-yard line, and you have a pumped-up special teams unit in purple here tonight. Let's go ahead and set the offense for you. Quarterback Derek Cavallari, 6'1", 175 senior. He is number 11. Then you go to number 2, your tailback, Mike Durn, who just ran it back, 5'9", 180, a junior. Jim Craco, the fullback, wears number 4, 5'9", 205, a senior. Brad Pyatt, the dangerous one, wears number 3, 6'1", 185, a senior. Jeremy Craighead at number 84, also a wideout, 6 foot, 170, a senior. Will give you the guys up front here in a moment. Micah Paldino also in on this set. We have the deuce formation, couple wideouts off to each side. Coming in motion will be Craighead from right to left on your screen. And a quick timeout. They're trying to pull some folks across, couldn't do it. And Cavallari calls a timeout, but just before he did, Pyatt did. Pyatt was alone back in the backfield.
Looks like you mentioned it before, hoping that maybe Arvada West wouldn't overcoach themselves. That might have been a situation where maybe a little too much going on for Mr. Cavallari. You don't want to make a mistake here early in a game like this, though. I mean, don't give Pomona any excess momentum by turning it over because you're not sure of what's going on. It's a huge game for Arvada West. Hey, burning your timeouts early in the first half, that's not going to hurt you. It's burning them early in the second half where it comes back to play. So maybe not a bad play there by Derek to make sure he knows exactly where he's going with the ball and making sure everyone's in the proper position.
Well, he's going to break the huddle and bring them all out. First down and 10, their own 29-yard line. Go back to that deuce formation set. Durn and Michael Paldino off to the left side. Craighead's going to come back in motion. Lone back in the backfield is Pyatt. Turn around, pitch it back to him. Pyatt gets a nice block by Craighead. Turns the corner, and that's what you want him to do. Run with that football. Gets enough for the first down and then some as he crosses the 40 out to the 44-yard line. Nice pickup on the quick toss out to Pyatt. Up front, you have Bernhorn, Jones, Fowler, Shepard, Seek, and Helgeson. The big horses for the Wildcats. Going to see a lot of Josh Ransom. Also see a lot of Matt Sims, Chad Jones, and David Wyatt in this offensive set.
On that last play, Phil Hirschberger for Pomona, one of the leaders on this defense, came up and gave Brad Pyatt a big shot. Didn't wrap up. We've seen it before. Pyatt breaks a tackle, picks up about 5 extra yards.
A couple of wideouts lower into your screen. Turn around, give that ball back. It appeared to be Sims. I'll find out here in a moment as he was just nailed coming into the line and gang tackled by a whole bunch of folks in white jerseys.
That was Duran.
Duran did get it, okay.
Saeed there was one of the culprits on the tackle there to allow Duran only about a 2-yard pickup.
Zadigan, Wisniewski, Saeed, and Davidson up front for the Panthers. Reese, Conley, and Wood make up the linebacking core, and in the backfield you have McPherson, Larson, Hirschberger, and Klatt, son of, once again, your head coach, Gary Klatt. I formation set, 2nd down and 9, 46-yard line of the Cats. Turn around, hand that ball back to Dern. Squeezes across the midfield stripe on down to the 48-yard line and into Pomona Panther territory for the first time tonight.
Running behind Jamie Seek, no surprise there. He's arguably the best offensive lineman on this team. They pick up good 6 yards right up the gut, and Arvada West does have a size advantage on the offensive line compared to Pomona's defensive line. Pomona's defensive line not obscenely big, and Arvada West may be trying to just wear them down in this football game.
Pyatt and Craighead spread out wide to the left. I formation set once again. 3rd down and 2. Turn around and hand this ball off to Crayco. Nope, give it to Dern again. Beautiful block by Crayco. Break the plane now of the 45. Get the first down at the 43-yard line, and a beautiful block inside by Jim Crayco.
Jared Kwasniewski shot the gap and was in the backfield before Cavallari was even able to hand off the ball, but Crayco picks up the block. That springs Duran for about a 5-yard gain and another Arvada West first down.
Micah Baldino comes out. He ran the play in. Craighead was going to come off, and they said, no, go ahead and stay in. Bring him back out. You're going to go right back to the same formation that just got the first down. Craighead and Pyatt wide to the left. Cavallari looking for something. Just touched his helmet, looked back. I formation set. Crayco's going to go in motion. Off to the right side. Single back in the backfield is Dern. Turn around. Fake it to him. Here comes the pressure. All alone is Craighead, the 10, the 5, touchdown! Couldn't have been open any wider than he just was. Nice fake inside by Cavallari, and then nothing but 48 yards of pay dirt for Jeremy Craighead.
Obviously a lack of communication there by the Pomona defense, because Jeremy Craighead was wide open. It looked like Pomona was playing a zone defense, but the safety didn't get the backside of the zone created by the cornerback. Craighead got behind the cornerback. No one was around him. That's one of the easiest 43-yard touchdowns Jeremy's probably going to haul in.
That was something else. Wide open down the left side. It couldn't have been any more so. Holland foot into it, up and good, and it's a 7-0 game just like that. 9:29 left in the first quarter. The Arvada West Wildcats grab pay dirt first.
I'll tell you what, Jeremy Craighead, we've mentioned him before throughout the season about being the unsung hero for this football team, but you take a look at what he's done the last 2 weeks for Arvada West versus Stanley Lake. 3 receptions, 124 yards, and a touchdown, and he really was the player who got them off to the schneid. If you remember, Arvada West was struggling with Stanley Lake there early in the football game. They're coming out in the late second quarter, early third quarter. He made a few big catches, kind of got A West going, and then last week against Arvada, Jeremy had 5 catches for 146 yards and a touchdown. So he's had back-to-back 100-yard receiving games for Arvada West. The unsung hero no longer. This guy's stepping up to the forefront really when Arvada West needs it.
Well, and Coach Logan kind of mixed it up there a little bit. He came off the same set, 5 consecutive plays, and that last one, sending Crayco in motion, really messed up the Pomona Panther defense. And in doing so, you had a situation where a nice fake by Cavallari into the gut of Dern and wide open. Craighead down that sideline. Once again, 9:29 left in the first. Jeffco Stadium. Don Martin along with Eric Christensen here on the Wildcat Network, and this is going to be an interesting evening of football. We're set to kick this one off. The big fella Helkus is going to put his foot into it. And it should end up in the end zone. And it does. Touch back, bring it out to the 20, and let's see what Sean Woods and company from the Panthers can do. Sean Woods, the senior quarterback, wears number 9, 6'1", 175-pounder. Behind him, Ryan Langan, 5'9", 187. The senior wears number 30. He's the fullback. He's going to get most of the carries tonight. A couple of halfbacks in that backfield as well. They run that robust offense. 22 is Chris Reese, 5'10", 185, a senior. Wearing number 20 is Chang Beecham, 5'7", 152, and a junior. A lot of misdirection, touch hands. Make sure you have the gaps, turn around, fake it to the inside, go with the option, come to the outside, fake. Quarterback keeps it, turns it up, taking it off to the races. Brings it down, a 20-yard gain out to the 40-yard line for Sean Woods.
Well, this has the makings of being a up and down football game. Arvada West scores in about 5 or 6 plays. Woods there with the keeper goes for 19 yards out to the 39-yard line of Pomona. It's no wonder the Air Force Academy is looking hard at Mr. Woods. He showed the ability to run the option there and made Arvada West pay.
They're going to pass the ball once in a while, I guarantee you that, just to keep him honest. That's how Gary Clatt would be. But right now, he's just going to go with the belly right inside, up the middle to Langdon. Nowhere to go. Nice defense. Chris Chavez in there, Morales and Knight as well. Up front for the Panthers, Lawton, Saeed, Pollen, Politano, Schreiber, Lillo, and Zagadin. They will make up your front line for this Panther offense. It's going to run the ball quite a bit tonight if they can. It's up to Wunderlich, Morales, Knight, and Chavez to stop them. Flora, Palmer, and McNeely in your linebacking core. And then you have Duran, Pyatt, Vias, and Brandon in the backfield. Now, interestingly enough, we're going to try to figure out what they're doing. Now you're going into single back in the backfield. Turn around, hand it to him. Oh, what a hit. Nowhere to go as Ryan Palmer stayed in and just nailed him. Helped out by Wunderlich as well. Nowhere that time for Ryan Langen to go.
I'll tell you what, Palmer had no part of the deception there by Pomona. Pomona only puts one back in the backfield, spreads everyone out. Chris Reese, one of their halfbacks, was actually split wide right. Palmer just shot the gap and killed Langham as he touched the ball. Ryan Palmer, his 92nd tackle on the season.
Here we go back to that robust again. 3rd down and 9. Fake it. Go with the option. Down the line. Get the pitch, man. You have to stay in your gaps, and they do so. Nice defense that time. Somebody picks up the quarterback. You have the pitch, man. Take the blocker out. And all you give them on a 3rd down and 9 is a quick pickup of 4. And you couldn't have run the defense any cleaner than that.
Scott Lash, coming up from his cornerback position, was there to knock Reese out of bounds only after a 5-yard pickup. So Arvada West defense, after giving up that big play on 1st down, they hold Pomona here, and the defense giving the offense an opportunity to maybe create a little bit of distance between themselves and the Panthers here early on in the 1st half.
Put the foot into it, kick it out of bounds, and that's what they try to do. And it's going to go out, or they're going to mark it. Moving up, 22-yard line. 1st down and 10 now for the Wildcats. 22-yard line, their own. They lead this 7-0. 7:48 left in the 1st quarter, and this is what Arvada needs to do. They need to get a few stops and then take advantage of them and go down and score and put this offense in a hole. Once again, you're looking at a defense for Arvada West where your cornerbacks and your safeties are going to really come up big. Your linebackers are going to keep them honest, but the safeties and cornerbacks are going to have to keep their lanes or else somebody's going to break something quick.
Absolutely, and Arvada West defense, they were burned by a running option team a few weeks ago by Columbine, but so far here tonight, looks like they've fixed some of those holes that they experienced early on.
They're going to try running the ball themselves a little bit here and see if they can open things up. On that 1st down and 10 from the 23, they pick up a quick 4.
And I believe that was Chad Jones with the carry there for Arvada West, so a number of different players seeing some PT for Dave Logan.
Coming out is Craighead. Micah Paulino comes back in, gives a play to quarterback Derek Cavallari. Defense set for the Panthers. It's a 2nd down and 5. They're going to go ahead and give Jones 5 yards on the carry. Dern and Pyatt wide to the left. Paulino at the top of your screen. Bring your tight end Bernhorn in motion. Flip it out on the option. Oh, and he almost lost the football. Jones had to go up for that football, and he almost lost it. The defense was in his face immediately.
Davidson and Reese bum rushed the backfield there for Arvada West. The bobble really took away any continuity that play had, but Davidson and Reese were there. Despite the bubble, that play wasn't going anywhere. Good, solid defense by the Panthers.
New receiver in the game is Matt Morris for the Arvada West Wildcats, wearing number 82. He's going to go to the top of your screen. Lining up in the slot will be Craighead. You have Paulino. It looks like Dern in the flat, and behind them, looking for the screen. There you go, little dump off pass to Pyatt, getting his hands. Oh, and he slips down. Had he been able to turn the corner, he had a 1st down. It was 3rd and 9 and couldn't get there.
John Larson was the man who will be credited with the tackle. Now, I'm not exactly sure if Pyatt just stumbled over one of those turf monsters, but Larson was there and must have just nicked Pyatt's foot just enough to get him off balance, because you're right, there was a lot of running room out there for Brad.
It looked like his feet just slipped right out from underneath him. Once again, you're running in dirt in the middle of the field. Then when you get out to the grass, if there's a little moisture out there, you don't know what you're going to get. Make sure you have your long cleats in. Dern gets the ball, puts his foot into a little end over ender. It's going to come down 41-yard line. Pick it up. 50, still on his feet, taken down swiftly right at that point in time was Chris Reese, one of your halfbacks. He's going to go ahead and line up in that backfield. Pomona Panthers with awesome field position for their second possession of the night. They'll start this ball out at the 50-yard line with 5:41 left and trailing 7-0 to the Wildcats.
Tell you what, you watch Arvada West, and they use the same plays week in and week out. They're very effective at them, though. That draw play there to Brad Pyatt that did not go for a first down, easily could have. And when you got guys like Duran and Pyatt and Craighead, really all you need to do is get them the football, let them work their magic.
Bring that option back out. Is he going to fake it? No, he keeps that ball and just takes the hit.
He took a big hit, too. Dirk Cisneros, as Woods was going down, gave him a nice big shot, make him think twice about turning the ball up with that kind of aggressiveness again.
Sean Woods is a smooth quarterback, I'll tell you that. 175, 6'1". But he takes hits like that all night. He's going to be hurting by the third quarter.
I'll tell you what, I love the way he runs the option, though, because there is no tentativeness about Sean Woods. He gets it out to the corner. He's good with making the fakes with the football. We saw that earlier on their first drive, and that time he just turned it up and ran it at some hard-nosed running.
So a little cross-buck action. Fake it inside to your fullback Langdon, hand it back on the opposite side to Beecham. Follows him into the hole, but the defense stayed with him. You're going to have a 3rd down and 2 here. The defense doing a wonderful job right now for the Arvada West Wildcats on everything but the option.
Exactly. The interior portion of that Arvada West defense really playing salty here in the first quarter. The only trouble they've had is out on the perimeters.
Let's see what they do. 3rd down. Fake it to the fullback. Ball's on the ground. Unable to control that football. Woods, he got hit, puts it on the turf. Reese jumps on it. 4th down now and 6 after the loss. And the Panthers are going to have to kick it away. 2 great defensive possessions for the Wildcats, but they're going to have to make it work by scoring quickly.
I think in preparation this week, Arvada West saw something on the interior of Pomona's offensive line because they're really putting a lot of heat on the guard or the center and guards for Pomona, and it's really been a jailbreak all evening so far for Arvada West.
Once again, when you play that robust offense, you're going to have to stay in your assignment and come through the gaps. If you end up cutting things off and try cheating, they're going to eat you. I mean, and it's proven out. And this is a defense that has to stay home, and so far in the first quarter has done so.
Tell you what, Pomona's trying to punt the ball out of bounds like we've questioned other teams this year. That time it kind of backfired. That was only a 15-yard punt. You want to kick it out of bounds, but you definitely want to kick it a little further than 15 yards.
Duran takes the handoff. Comes around the corner. Somebody held somebody because that flag came right in the middle of the line. So 1st down and 10 from the Wildcat 32. They're going to pull this thing back. Once again, assignment defense is going to win this football game for the Arvada West Wildcats, and the entire Wildcat defense is down in front of us, hunched over in front of their coaching staff, including Rudy Andrade.
Phil Hirschberger was there on the tackle, laying a pretty big hit on Mike Duran. We talked about it before, this being a rivalry. We've already seen it on a number of plays. There's a lot of hitting going on out there, and this probably may be the coldest night of the year these two teams have battled in, so don't be surprised if a few guys cough it up just, with the hard hits combined with some cold weather out there. It's going to make it a little more difficult to hold on to the pigskin.
1st down, a little more than 15 here for the Arvada West Wildcats. 3:37 left in the first period. They lead this contest 7-0. Dropping back his Cavalier. Here comes the pressure. He goes over the middle. Once Pyatt. Couldn't get it. Nice defensive coverage. You had 4 white jerseys around Pyatt at the 50-yard line.
First incompletion of the night by Cavalieri. He's 2 of 3 for 45 yards. Good defense there by Gary Klatt's son, Joel Klatt, the safety, really the leader of that secondary for Pomona. And the one thing Pomona has is they've got pretty good size with their safeties. You've got Hirschberger, who's 6'2", and Joel Klatt, who's 6 foot. So a lot of times this year we've seen Arvada West receivers just go up and get the ball over smaller defensive backs. May have a little bit more of a difficult time against Pomona because Pomona does have some height in that secondary, especially with their safeties.
Deuce formation once again. Pyatt and Craighead, top of your screen. Paul Dino and Duran at the lower end. Craighead comes in motion right to left. Dropping straight back. Quick drop the middle. Jones has it. Does he have a little running room? Yes, gets a nice block, still on his feet, out to the 40-yard line. It's going to be a 3rd down and a short 2 now after a 2nd down and 17.
I tell you what, great running by Jones, and a guy who really is an unsung hero on this offense is Micah Paladino. Doesn't catch the ball very often, but he really does know how to block, and he had a great block on that play that sprung Jones for about the last 6 or 7 yards on that run.
Lone back in the backfield. No, I was going to say lone back, but now you're going to go I formation set with Krakow in front of Pyatt. Turn around, pitch it back to Pyatt. See if he can get that speed to the outside. He turns it up, gets the 1st down. That's why you have him back there. Coach Logan said he's going to get the ball in this senior's hands as many times as often. As often as he can this evening, as many times as he needs to get that ball down the sideline, because once again, we've pointed it out many times in these ball games, he's dangerous every single time he touches that football.
Well, he has 9 touchdowns catching the ball. He's scored 5 on special teams on punt and kickoff returns, and every time he catches the ball, he takes it for an average of 23 yards a gain. So simple mathematics would tell you if you get the ball in Brad Pyatt's hands, good things are going to happen.
Back to the I formation set. Pyatt's going to go in motion, right to left. He's going to join Craighead on the left side. 1st down and 10 at the 43. Give it to Krakow, his 1st run of the night. And the big fullback just burns it up on the ground, crosses the 50 down to the 48. It'll be about a yard shy of that 1st down.
I'll tell you what, Don, right now this game is going Arvada West's way because of one reason and one reason only. The interior lines, both offensively and defensively. Arvada West has been able to run the ball very successfully here on offense, and on defense, Pomona hasn't gotten anything in between the tackles. Right now in the trenches, Arvada West is coming up big.
Yes, indeed. Turn around, hand this ball I formation set to Duran. Duran gets a block by Paladino, turns the corner, breaks the 40, down now to the 37-yard line, and a flag comes in real late. Could be a little roughing out of bounds by the Pomona Panthers. We're going to find out here in a second. Yes, he's pointing to Pomona.
Number 8 for Pomona, Tyler Wood, is really the leader of this Panther defense, and that time Krakow put a big block on him, and that allowed Duran to get outside to the perimeter, pick up 11 yards. Now with a personal foul, this is looking to be about a 26-yard pickup.
Going to take this penalty and move it on down. Coach Logan just moved his hands straight down towards that north end zone, saying, move the football, guys. 1:54 and counting in the first period. 7-0 advantage for the Wildcats, and they have the football. Don Martin along this evening with Eric Christensen as we bring you this contest from Jefferson County Stadium. The Wildcats is 7-2, the Panthers at 8-1, and everything's coming up Wildcats right now offensively. Doing parts of pretty good defensive stands.
You know, we haven't seen Arvada West have a lot of long, sustained drives this year, but tonight they've really grinded it out. Yeah, they had the big play there to Jeremy Craighead for their first touchdown, but think of this drive. It's been on the ground. They haven't really looked for the big play, and that's got to be very pleasing to Coach Logan, because you love it when you get big plays, but to live and die with them, sooner or later you're going to die with them. But tonight it looks like Arvada West offense might be able to sustain some drives. If that happens, it's going to be in a whole heap of trouble for Pomona.
Well, Pomona, as we've seen so far this evening, doesn't like to pass that football very often. When you live and die by the run, it's going to come back and bite you sooner or later, especially if good old time starts running out.
Yeah, if you fall behind big early and are forced to pass, basically that's playing into Arvada West's hands defensively.
Well, Wildcats have this football in the lead. Pyatt's going to go to the top of your screen. Craighead at the lower end. Krakow and Duran make up the set, the I formation set in the backfield. Cavalier, your quarterback. Turn around, fake, give it inside. Quick handoff back to Krakow. He's wrapped up by Saeed, but not until after he crosses that 20 down to the 19-yard line.
Chris Reese also in on that tackle for the Panthers, but again, Krakow not touched until he's picked up positive yardage. He's able to fall ahead for an extra 1 or 2 yards, and that offensive line by Arvada West really controlling the game here late in the first quarter.
Well, they have a 2nd down and 6 down to the Pomona Panther 19-yard line. Pyatt at the top of your screen. Craighead at the lower end. Split backs in the backfield, turn around, go with the option, get it out to Dern. Krako with a block. Hyatt helps him out, turns it up inside that gap. He breaks the play to the 15, down to the 14, maybe just inches shy of a first down, however.
Another thing Arvada West is doing is they're giving this Pomona defense a lot of different looks. We've seen toss sweeps to Brad Pyatt and Mike Duran. We've seen a draw play to Chad Jones. We've seen a handoff up the gut to Krako. We've seen Mike Duran run between the tackles. There we see them run a little bit of option. So as we alluded to before, we expected Dave Logan to pull out all the stops here this evening, and that's what you're getting.
I formation set, 3rd down and 1. Keeping the football as Cavallari's going to get the first down and then some. He gets it down to the 10-yard line. First down now and goal for the Arvada West Wildcats. They already have 7 points in the bank, looking for 14. 28 seconds left in this quarter.
And how dominating is that offensive line right now for Arvada West? A quarterback sneak on 2nd and short picks up 4 yards.
Pomona has to be a little shell-shocked right now. That's probably the nicest way of putting it.
You know, Arvada West on that offensive line, they've got 235, 200, 260, 230. On the other hand, Pomona's defensive line, 215, 215, 205, and 190. So again, Arvada West does have a size advantage on the offensive line, and right now they're taking advantage of it.
Hyatt lined up at the tailback. Pitch it back to him. He puts on a quick move. Can he turn it up inside? Gets it inside. A whole lot of jitterbugging around to finally get it about the 9-yard line. He ran a lot to get 1 yard, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. Took him 28 seconds for that yard.
Tyler Wood disrupted the play that time for the Panthers. He ran in there as we see Brad Pyatt, or actually we don't see Brad Pyatt, but he's hobbling. You can't see it on your screen, but he's about at the 45-yard line on the sidelines. Maybe aggravated that ankle sprain that he had about 3 or 4 weeks ago. This does not look good for Arvada West because he is walking very gingerly on that ankle. However, it appears as the more he walks on it, maybe the more loose it gets. But looks like he's going to take a seat here for a bit.
Young man is definitely in a little bit of pain right now. I mean, he's over there twisting around on that foot. They're going to have to tape it up pretty strong to get him back out there. 12 new minutes up on the clock as we get set for the second quarter to get underway here. 2nd down and goal, 9-yard line of the Panthers. Wildcats with the football and a 7-0 advantage.
Tell you what, the way this game's going right now, though, I mean, I don't want to say Arvada West doesn't need Brad Pyatt, but he hasn't done anything spectacular here so far, whether it's been him, Jones, or Duran. They've been able to get a lot of positive yardage just because there's been a lot of room to run.
He just scares you, though.
Absolutely.
That's the one thing about it. He definitely scares you.
He can definitely stretch a defense, even being used as a decoy.
Sure. Baldino wide to the right. In the slot, you have Duran. Jones is your tailback. Craighead's going to go in motion left to right and join him. Trips formation now off to the right side. 2nd down and goal, 9-yard line. And somebody moves. Move this thing back 5 yards. You're going to be a 2nd down now and 14 instead.
I think Josh Jones, the left tackle for Arvada West, and also their left guard, Eric Fowler, both look like they might have gotten out of their stance a tad early. So the second penalty of the night for Arvada West, they've got 12 total yards in penalties. Going to bring up a 2nd down and about 13.
Yes, indeed.
Touchdown here would be huge for Arvada West, too. Don alluded to it a few minutes ago. You can get out to a big lead on Pomona, even though Sean Woods on the season has passed the ball pretty effectively, 69 of 143, or 69 of 143 for over 1,000 yards. This guy can throw the football, but he's at his best when he's running it. Pomona's at their best when they're running the football, and if Arvada West could go up 2 touchdowns here early in the second quarter, you may start forcing Pomona to get out of what they do best. And anytime a team has to play not to their strengths, obviously that's an advantage to you.
No doubt about it. Beautiful evening out here at Jefferson County Stadium. Don Mark, Gary Christensen with you, the Arvada West Wildcats. 2nd down now and goal from the 14-yard line. And this is going to be interesting. As we try to figure this thing out, Coach Logan's in the huddle, and I see Brad Pyatt standing there as well. So he's back in the game, shook off that sprained ankle a little bit. I guess he never quite shake it off. But he's going to be able to go here. He's going to go wide to the top of the screen. Craighead wide out to the lower end of your screen. Burns in the slot. Single back in the backfield is Jones. Pyatt now's in the going motions. Trips off to the right side. And the ball's down on the ground. Cavallari picks it up, loses it again. And the Pomona Panthers have the first turnover of the night. Cavallari never had that football. He dropped it, he picked it up, he dropped it again. And the Panthers come out of there with it. I'm trying to find out who it was.
It was Kwasniewski, Jared Kwasniewski, defensive lineman for Pomona. Just, hey, happy birthday, big fella. The ball just fell on the turf right by his feet, and he fell on it. And we talked about this weather and the fact that the ball's cold and there's a lot of hard hitting going on. That time, Cavallari just never was able to get the handle on the football.
Well, 11:56 left in the first half. First turnover of the night belongs to the Pomona Panthers. They're going to bring that robust offense back out on the field. Woods is your quarterback. Turn around, give it straight belly feed right into your fullback. No, he kept it. He kept it, and he was cleaned up quickly. Nice defensive play. First one in on him was Flora. Flora stayed with the quarterback. He had the pitch man. The quarterback had the pitch man. Came up and took the pitch and knocked him down after a gain of 2. Nice defense so far this evening by the Arvada West Wildcats.
I'll tell you what, Arvada West has dominated this game, and the stats don't lie. 128 total yards for the Wildcats, only 34 for Pomona.
You just can't let them stay around, though. 7-0's not quite enough. Stay in the gaps. Here we go. Dropping straight back is Woods. Tries to set it up in the flat. Nothing out there. Nice defense by Chris Chavez.
Defensive lineman saw the screen pass. He sees it a lot in practice, I'm sure, after watching his offense. Saw the running back sneaking out of the backfield. Defensive lineman resisted that initial urge to rush the quarterback, drop back. That's who Woods was looking for. Smart play by Woods just to throw it away.
Beecham had no shot at getting to that football. 11:14 left in the first half. Third down and a long 8 for this Panther offense. They get out of that robust. They're going to go into a deuce formation. Dropping straight back is Woods. He's looking in the flat. His man's there. He just kind of sat down. He got him. First completion of the night. He's turning it up the field. 50, 45, down to the 40 and a third down and 8. Huge play as they hit their tight end Ryan Lawton. And Lawton that time got to the opening, just sat down, got the football, and after he retrieved it, showed a little bit of speed.
Yeah, the big fella did show a little bit of speed. It's very rare to see a tight end catch the ball in the middle of the field and then be able to beat an entire defense to the perimeter and make a big gain. 41 yards on the play, and talk about a big play for the Panthers. They were in jeopardy of having to punt that ball deep in their own territory. Now, even if they don't score here, at least they've turned around the field position.
They're going back to the same formation. Lone back in the backfield is your fullback Langan. Dropping straight back is Wood. Goes into the same formation. Oh, and he hits his tight end. And Zadigan catches the football, and I don't know how. Brandon came up and just nailed him, and he was reading the pass as it left the quarterback's hand.
Jesse Brandon was a step away from getting an interception there. Great defense by Jesse. Just a nice catch by Zadigan. Zadigan is a guy on this Pomona football team who's probably going to go Division I. A lot of the WAC schools like him, and why not? 6'4", 215. This guy's a good athlete, plays on the basketball team. He's going to be able to put on another 20 or 30 pounds, be your prototypical tight end. Nice hands there.
Second down and 5. Quick handoff inside to Reese. He's going to pick up a quick 3 yards, down to the 32-yard line. 10-18 left in the first half. 7-0 advantage for the Wildcats, but the Pomona offense is starting to move. It's going to be a third down and a short 2.
Third down and 2.
See what they can do with it. Don Martin, Eric Christensen with you. Jeffco Stadium. Big playoff implications on this game tonight. Go back to that robust offense. Woods, your quarterback, puts it inside. Just a quick belly shot into your fullback, and Langdon Benton, he appears to have enough for the first down, but the flag came out real early, so that either lining up or offsides. Someone moved a little too soon up front for the Panthers.
Kind of a surprising play call there. I mean, Pomona really hasn't made a living tonight inside the tackles, and on a big third down and 2 opportunity, I would have thought they were going to try to get it on the perimeter, run the option with the quarterback, Mr. Woods, but they opted to stick it in the gut to Langan. But illegal procedure penalty is going to cost them 5 yards.
Well, they're back to this Passing formation. Here comes the pressure. Langan could never get it. Palmer shot through that gap, and he had Woods in his hand. Woods had nowhere to go. He had to dump that pass quickly. Langan never even looked back in time to see it. And this is a big punt formation for the Pomona Panthers. Huge defensive stand for Arvada West.
Well, Ryan Palmer has been the star of that Arvada West defense here tonight. He's already made 1 or 2 tackles that I can remember, and he's had a couple of quarterback pressures. That one there was big. Again, Arvada West really putting a lot of pressure on the interior of that Pomona offensive line, and so far, Pomona hasn't had an answer for it.
No, they haven't.
Great punt.
Great punt is right. This ball is going to go out at the 4-yard line. First down and 10 there for the Wildcats as they get the ball back at their own 4-yard line. But still, 3 possessions for this offense for the Panthers, and they have nothing to show for it. Outstanding defense put on tonight by Arvada West.
That one pass play, the 41-yard pass play from Sean Woods to Lawton, more than the entire offense for Pomona has been able to gather on their other offensive plays. So Arvada West defense in the biggest game of the year for them, playing their best so far here tonight.
Well, Palmer and company brought that entire linebacker blitz, and they just cleaned house. It was a nice call from somebody. First down and 10, your own 4-yard line. Give it to Duran. Duran tries to kick into another gear, couldn't quite get there. Pulled down quickly inside by Connolly.
Again, though, Mike Duran picking up 4 yards on the play. Again, Arvada West running backs, when they touch the football, they're not being met by the defenders until they've already picked up positive yardage.
And this clock continues to roll down inside 9 minutes left in the first half. And I guess that's what you want to do. You get that lead, you roll that clock on off. And hopefully go home with a victory tonight. Craighead, top of your screen. We have Pyatt at the lower end of your screen. Duran has a little room, gets a block from Pyatt. Oh, my goodness. Here come flags flying in all over the place.
You're right about that, Don. Brad Pyatt had a great block on that play. If Duran could have kept his feet, he had a hole.
Are they going to get him for holding? Yes. Not quite sure that was Pyatt that they got for holding, but the flags flew out right around him.
I think it was thrown against someone on the interior in that play. I think Pyatt had a good block.
Well, bottom line is it's coming back, and they're going to move this thing back inside the 5-yard line, back where they started at the 4-yard line. Second down now and 10 from their own 4-yard line, 8:38 and counting. Marcia Neville showed up. The helicopter's kind of humming around, and all these kids just get excited to see this young man.
Some things never change.
I'll tell you what, wasn't she showing up when you were playing?
Hey, when I was in high school, we used to make fun of Marcia.
Marcia's not that old. I think I'm older than she is. Cavallari almost slips. He just airmails one out. Oh! You know he wanted that one back. And I tell you what, McPherson saw himself another interception. It just wasn't meant to be.
Howdy McPherson may have had 6 if he could have kept his feet. He turned around and the ball was right there. He just got a little disoriented and stumbled. Otherwise, he would have had an easy pick.
A lot of slipping going on this field tonight.
Yeah, there sure
Cavallari
is.
slipped, had to get some composure. Then he just kind of ducked one out there.
Well, I think when he slipped, it really took a lot of steam off the pass. He wasn't able to throw it as far and as hard and as crisply as he normally would.
Well, he has a 3rd down and 10. Goes with the option. Pitch it back. Duran has it. Tries to turn it up. Still on his feet. Pushing. Still going. He gets the first down after the 15-yard line.
What a great run by Mike Duran.
He gets a first down on that, just all-out effort. They have to give that to him. Don't even measure it. Just move the chains.
Well, it'll bring up an interesting play call. Nonetheless, we know how Dave Logan loves to go for it on 4th down. How about at his own 14-yard line?
Oh, gosh, we don't want to see that. This is a first down.
Got it.
Yes, indeed. That was all on effort by Mike Duran. It's a big junior at 5'9", 180. I know that doesn't sound big, but that was a big run. 8 minutes, 12 seconds left in the half, Eric. It's 7-0, and the Arvada West defense has really set up a nice game here tonight for the offense.
And the offense has done their part too. Hey, they scored a touchdown. Unfortunately, they had a fumble on their last possession, but it was deep in Pomona territory. They've kept the ball out of the Pomona offense's hands, and they've been able to do some damage with it. They've already got 5 first downs in the football game.
A lot of movement before that ball was snapped. Bring this ball back again, and another penalty on the Cats.
It's going to be their 4th.
Hyatt never got set. Craco never got set.
And if you remember, Don, the last game we saw Arvada West play was against Stanley Lake, and they had 10 or 12 penalties in that football game. If there's been one thing that has hurt this team on a consistent basis, it's been a high number of penalties.
I agree with you. First down now and 15, back to their own 10-yard line, leading this game 7-0. Coming down on the 7.5-minute mark of this first half. Jeffco Stadium, beautiful night for football. I formation set once again. Turn around, give it to Duran. Duran's looking. He wants Micah Paladino. Is he out there? That's Craighead. Craighead comes away with it. 40, 50, 40. They're not going to catch him. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown. 85 yards on the tailback option. And a beautiful pass from Duran to Craighead, streaking down the left side. Craighead tonight with his 2nd touchdown. And his team leads this game by just that many points.
Actually, Don, let me correct you. That was 90 yards on the pass play.
That's right after the
because of a 5-yard penalty. 90 yards on the play. Gary Klatt told me something earlier. He said, you know what? If they get behind us, we don't have anyone who can catch them. He wasn't lying. Craighead had about 5 yards after he caught the ball. He extended it to about 20 or 25. No one was going to catch him. And once again, Jeremy Craighead coming up with an absolutely huge play.
That kid can play for me any day. I tell you what, I love the way this kid plays football. Doesn't get a whole lot of attention, but boy, can he play the game. Ooh, nice hands inside by Micah Paladino. The football's down on the ground for a considerable amount of time. Finally gets it up on its end. Kick that ball up and in, and Cullen does the duty. It's 14-0, 7:27 left in the first half.
Well, as I was expressing the accolades or the positive factors of having a ball-controlled offense that has a lot of sustained drives, and how a team, you don't want to live and die by the big play. What the heck do I know? I mean, Arvada West has been having big plays all year long, and tonight they've scored on a play of 43 yards. Now they've scored on a play of 90 yards. And again, Don, I think I've said it before.
About 133 yards, 100 head and 2 touchdowns?
2 catches, 133 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's continuing a torrid pace that he started against Stanley Lake. I'll tell you what, though, I have never seen a team at the high school level who has the ability to make as many big plays and as consistently as Arvada West does. I'd love to see a stat how many plays this year they've had of 30 yards or longer. It's insane.
You aren't kidding. But 2 excellent calls. I just have one question. I don't mean to question anybody, but and he's coming out now. I'm watching Pyatt limp around out here on this kickoff team, and I'm going, no. We got some good speed out here, and Coach Logan, I guess I read his mind there for a second. He pulls him out quickly and sticks Duran in. The ball's through the back of the end zone.
Well, when Helgeson's kicking, you could put me and you out there on the kickoff team because no one's going to return it. Odds are he's kicking it out of the end zone.
That's true. Well, taking a quick seat, you have Pyatt. He's asking Craighead to come over and see him. They're going to high-five a little bit. He didn't have a chance yet to talk to him about it. Pyatt takes his helmet off, has his purple do-rag on, and this is football, folks. 14-0, 7:27 left in the first half. Sean Woods and company come out. Their 4th opportunity with the football tonight. They have come up with nothing. They've hit a big play here or there, but they could not get the ball inside the 20 all night long, or at least not to this point. Big tight end comes away with another one. Ryan Lawton, his 2nd catch of the night. He's going to get enough for the first down on that first. As they move the chains on out, they're going to mark him down, it appears, at the 33-yard line.
Lawton, that is his 2nd catch. He's got 2 catches for 53 yards, and nice throw there by Woods. Stepped back in the pocket, lofted it over the front part of that zone defense, and right on the number 3 to Ryan Lawton.
First down and 10, their own 33-yard line. 7 minutes left in the half, and a jailbreak. And they just kind of set up that screen, but linebackers stayed home. Palmer was there.
Jaden McNeely was the guy who really got the first tackle. He got a piece Reese's jersey and wasn't going to let him go.
Well, you have two linebackers staying there and taking care of business, and now it's going to be a 2nd down and 11 after the loss of 1. This defense really has come to play tonight.
You're right about that. This is the most active and the most aggressive I've seen this Arvada West defense maybe the past 3 or 4 weeks.
They have Pomona out of the robust. Everything's coming on the inside now. And another tight end pop. This time to Zadigan. And Zadigan comes up with his 2nd catch of the night. Another big one as he breaks the plane in the 50 down to the Arvada West 44-yard line.
25 yards on that pickup. So right now, Sean Woods, 5 of 8 for 72 yards. Pretty nice day passing the football by the Pomona quarterback.
That seems to be what happens. I mean, the defense shuts that running game down completely, and all of a sudden the passing game seems to work a little bit for this Panther offense.
Well, we mentioned, Woods has pretty good numbers throwing the football this year, over 1,000 yards, so he has the ability to throw it.
Oh, but you got to be able to get rid of it. Look at this. People flying all over, and once again you see McNeely with his arms around Wood, and headhunting was Flores. He comes flying through there. That's a loss of 6.
McNeely and Flora combining on the sack, and again, this is Arvada West defense really is playing active. The only play that's been open for Pomona on any consistent basis has been a throw to the tight end in the middle of the football field. Other than that, this Pomona offense hasn't been able to generate anything.
2nd down now. They're going to give him a 15. Hand it off to your big fullback, and he's going to turn for about 2. Palmer hit him first. Nowhere after that to go. Wunderlich in there as well. But Ryan Langen is finding it hard traveling tonight.
Robert Wunderlich really disrupted that play. He beat his man on the left side of that offensive line and was able to bump into Langham. He stumbled only for a 2-yard gain, not the kind of play on 2nd and 16 that I'm sure Pomona was looking for.
Third and 13, and they're looking for an underneath screen. They find the tailback. Can he get anywhere with it? No. Hitting him first was Palmer. Helped out in the inside. Also in there was Morales. It's going to be a 4th down and 6 for the Pomona Panthers. They're going to punt this football away.
Well, the last time they punted, it was a great call. Hey, they downed it inside the 5-yard line of Arvada West, playing the field position game, only down a touchdown, and it backfired on them. Craig Head went 90 yards for a touchdown. See what happens here is there is a flag on this play as this punt looks like it's going to go into the end zone.
Yes, and Beecham left a little early, it looked like. Beecham, the same young man who just got the slip screen a play or 2 ago. This time he reached a little early. They're going to go ahead and decline it and bring that ball out to the 20-yard line. 4:23 left in the first half. 14-0 for the Arvada West Wildcats. This is a big possession for them. If they can go up 21-0 at halftime, anything could happen here. It could just turn into a vicious blowout.
I'll tell you what, if they go up 21-0, from what I've seen in this first quarter and a half of football, I don't know if Pomona has the firepower offensively to come back unless Gary Klatt goes into the locker room and really makes some serious changes because right now, on both the lines of scrimmage, Pomona's getting dominated. And I don't care what you do with your skill position players. If the guys in the trenches aren't getting the job done, you're going to have a hard time sustaining anything.
I'm just saying, what a heck of a game plan here tonight. This has been impressive on both sides of the field. Craig Head and Pyatt, top of your screen. Micah Baldino at the lower end. Craig Head's going to come in motion. He's going to go back the other side. Single back in the backfield. Looks like Dern. They give him the football in a quick draw, and his speed takes off. Shot out of a cannon, lands at the 32-yard line. Move the sticks. It's another first down for the Cats.
8 carries, 56 yards for Mike Dern, and again, Arvada West really able to do about anything they want, especially on the ground. That time we see the draw play again. We've seen some option. We've seen some toss sweeps using a number of different sets. And right now this Arvada West offense, I think, really has a lot of momentum. And the Pomona defense, I sense, is a little bit on their heels.
Same play once again. Dern squeezes out of one, still on his feet. Doesn't get 10 this time, but he does get 9. Up to the 40-yard line.
A bad sign if you're a Pomona fan or a coach or even a player. I see a lot of guys swiping at the football, looking to force a turnover, and that tells me that they know they're getting beat and the only way they think they can stop Arvada West is by forcing a turnover. When you're swatting at the ball trying to force turnovers, you're really prone to missing a lot of tackles. That's one thing you don't want to do against Arvada West.
2nd down and 2. Inside, Krakow has it. Gets the first down. Here comes a flag.
Wildcats will
Holding
turn a
area.
missed tackle into about a 50-yard gain quicker than anybody I've ever seen.
This, unfortunately, is in that holding territory again. Yes, indeed. Move it back, and it's going to be a 2nd down now and long instead of the 2nd down and 2.
It's been about the only thing that Arvada West hasn't done well tonight is keep their penalty count down. That's their 5th penalty of the football game. It's going to be a 10-yarder.
It is a 10-yarder. You move it back down to
Holding
the
Arvada
30-yard
West.
line.
Penalty moves the ball back to
Parking it down around the 31.
line.
So despite 32 yards in penalties, really hasn't slowed down this offense at all. They've only punted the ball once. The 2 other times they've scored, and the other time they've committed a turnover down about the Pomona 15-yard line. So this offense really has had its way here this evening.
2nd down and 11. Their own 31-yard line, winning this game at this point anyways, 14-0.
Arvada West.
3 minutes, 6 seconds left in the first half, and Cavallari calls a timeout. Craighead goes on out there with Coach Logan, as does Jones. See what they can put together. Coming out, Krakow and Paulina.
Well, if I'm Dave Logan out there in the huddle with those guys, I think I'd take at least a little bit of that time just to pat my offensive linemen on the back or on the helmets, because they have really done the job here tonight.
I agree with you, but I don't think you do any helmet padding yet. Maybe about 24 more minutes. Make it 27 more. We'll go from there. It's getting a little nippy outside. Good crowd on both sides of the field. Once again, a heated rivalry. The Cats and the Panthers.
What's going to start happening is Pomona is going to have to start committing more men to the box if they can't stop the run. That's really going to make them susceptible to the long pass, because they're only going to have maybe 3 defensive backs back there, and it's going to open up things for guys like Pyatt and Duran.
Well, Pyatt and Craighead are going to be off to the lower end of your screen. Dropping straight back is Cavallari. He wants Pyatt slip screen underneath. Oh, there's no way. Pomona read that beautifully. May even have lost a half a yard on that.
The tackle was made by Zadigan. I was not able to get the number of the first player in there, but I think it was the cornerback for Pomona really read the play. A great block, I believe, by Paulino allowed Pyatt to make the catch, but by that time, the Pomona defense was able to recover.
Well, now you have a 3rd down and a long 11.5, might even be closer to 12. See what this Wildcat offense can do. They've had a couple of big hitters here tonight already. Duran's going to go to the top of your screen. Pyatt's going to join him. Craighead will be at the lower end of your screen. Jones alone back in the backfield. Don't be surprised if they don't just hand it off to him on a quick draw play with 2 minutes left. Well, I'm surprised. Here we go. Duran's out there. Oh, bounces off his chest.
Good defense again by Howdy McPherson. We've seen it often this year where Cavallari's just basically put the ball up for grabs, and one of his receivers, whether it's Duran, Pyatt, or Craighead, has been able to beat the defensive back and make the catch. That time McPherson, playing some good, solid physical coverage, was able to knock the pass away.
Yep, and once again, that ball bounced right off of Duran. It appeared from here, but that was all the way across the field. Duran in now to punt this football away, only for the 2nd time tonight. Gets a nice foot into it. Go end over end. Come down into the arms. Now we're at the 40. Little move at the 45. Taken down about the 46-yard line, running hard with the football. Was Jason Roberts, excuse me. We'll correct this young man's name, I guarantee you.
35-yard punt by Mr. Duran.
And back comes the impressive Arvada West Wildcat defense.
Well, 2 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. You mentioned that last offensive series being big for Arvada West. If they're able to put up another 7 on the board, how tough that'll make it for Pomona. The Panthers need something to go into the locker room to build off of. They could really use anything right now, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown. They need to put some points up on the board and get some momentum.
Well, Gary Class putting in his passing offense once again, and Nowhere to go that time. Wunderlich was in the backfield quickly in front of Sean Woods. He had to throw over top of the 6'4", 210-pound senior. And the ball then goes flying, sailing out of bounds.
Of course, the one thing Pomona doesn't want to do here is throw 2 more incompletions and punt the ball back to Arvada West with about a minute 40, minute 30 remaining on the clock. Because as we've seen all year long, I mean, that's more than enough time for Arvada West to put some points on the board.
Well, you have a minute 53 left in this half. Second down now and 10. Ball resting at their own 46. Here comes the blitz. Pushing hard. They set up the screen, and they get it. Running well with the football, the 40. Down inside the 40 to the 38. Chris Reese, your halfback.
15 yards on the pickup, and that time the interior portion of Pomona's offensive line was able to give Woods just enough time. Again, Palmer and I believe it was McNeely blitzed right up the middle, but the offensive line was able to pick it up, just getting those guys away, gave the screen enough time to develop. Reese broke a tackle, picked up the first down.
1:45 left in the first half. Second down and 10. 40-yard line of the Cats now. Panthers with the ball, trailing 14-0. Don Martin, Harry Christensen with you. Quick belly fake. Here comes the pressure, and going down again. Chavez caused it. Wunderlich got him down. And nice up-front play by the Arvada West defense.
You called that one perfectly, Don, because it was Chavez who made that play. Woods dropped back, and Chavez was bearing down on him immediately, forced him to scramble, and as he scrambled to his right, he ran right into Wunderlich. So Wunderlich will get credited with the sack. However, it was Chavez who really disrupted the play.
Well, Pomona calls a timeout with 1:35 left in the first half. Pyatt comes into the ball game. Ranson comes out, so Pyatt's back now to try to pick one up. Let's see what he can do. The young man's been hobbled since about midway through the first period. That ankle of his really messing with it. It's the right ankle that appears from here, and he is just hobbled. That's a good-sized band across the way I just noticed. I thought that was like glitter or something. That's all the tubas and everything else over there.
Tell you what, interesting to bring back Brad Pyatt in on a situation like this. If he's fully healthy, I say, hey, why not? But with that ankle being a little tender and a little gimpy, as you see him kind of hobbling there, I would think that they may not want to put him on the field as much as originally planned. But then again, I'm sure Brad and Dave know his ability to respond to injuries a little better than I do. Maybe he's just one of those kids who can get it out.
Try to set up the screen, but the defense was all over him again. Woods couldn't get rid of it. I mean, he tried real hard, but Morales was chasing him down, throws another incomplete pass. Now you have a third down and 18. That's why Pyatt's in there, because they want him to just rest underneath one and run it back.
I'll tell you what, we singled out Palmer earlier for playing a pretty good ball game. How about Chris Chavez?
Oh, yeah.
Not only has he made a living in the backfield, that's the second time he's snuffed out a screen and disrupted the play. The defensive end for Arvada West playing a great game.
Oh, beautifully read option. Palmer takes him down. Also, and there's Morales. You talk about spreading the option all the way out. The field didn't just collapse quickly on Sean Woods. He had nowhere to go. That you couldn't play defense better than that play right there.
Ryan Palmer already has set the Wildcat single season for tackles. He's got about 4 in this game. To my count, that gives him about 95 or 96. Ryan Palmer, for a junior, has had one whale of a season.
Well, we have 1 minute left in the first half. They're going to angle this kick again. Gets a nice kick, but it takes an Arvada West bounce. It's going to be down at about the 24-yard line with 49 seconds left. You have enough time for maybe a halfback pass or a quick shot down the left side, or Craighead can do something here.
I'll tell you what, Pomona has done one thing well here this evening, and they've effectively kicked the ball away from Duran and Pyatt. I mean, we've seen teams all year long, Don, just refuse to kick the ball out of bounds and to challenge those guys. And more often or not, those guys have stepped up and answered the call. Tonight, they haven't had the opportunity, so Pomona, I guess they came into this ball game thinking, hey, we're not going to give away any special team touchdowns. We're going to make Arvada West earned it. So far, the Wildcats have.
Well, Craighead and Pyatt are off to the right side. I formation set, handed off to Duran. Duran's going to take a shot into the hole. Missed tackling once again by the Panthers. Get the ball out to the 38-yard line. 43 seconds and counting. Clock stops quickly because they're going to move the chains. Get the play in, and let's get this thing rolling.
Duren having a great night, 10 carries, 77 yards, and I'll tell you what, right now I think this might be a tired Pomona football team because they are missing a lot of tackles. Mike Duren, though, he's a tough guy for his size, 5'9", 180, but he runs a lot bigger and a lot tougher than that. We've seen him break probably a dozen tackles already here this evening.
We're down to 26 seconds now. I have formation set once again. Duren should get this football, and he does. Breaks it to the outside. Gets a block. Still on his feet. Crosses the 50. He's down to the 48-yard line. Let's use a timeout here. 16 seconds left in this first half.
It's too easy right now for Arvada West. I mean, that's just
no huddle. Here we go.
That's just 2 handoffs. Nothing tricky about it, and they pick up 30 yards.
Here we go. Cavallari takes the snap, puts it down on the ground. 10 seconds left in this first half.
Well, the problem here is
2 plays left, Eric.
The problem here is Arvada West has already used all their timeouts. We talked about it on the first play.
Two. That's right. They have used them all.
I believe they have used them all, and they have, unless they're saving one possibly to get the field goal team out on the field. I know they used one on that first play, and I've seen Cavallari call at least one more. So, yeah, so maybe they do have one left. And if you do have one left in a situation like this, pretty smart to maybe you try to throw a 15-yard out here. And if the guy doesn't get out of bounds, take your time out, bring your field goal unit on the thing, and see if you can put up another 3.
Well, Craig Head, along with Pyatt, off to the right side. High formation set. Offsides, Pomona. You can't touch him. Once you touch him. Calling for it is Zadigan. Let's see if the offensive lineman moved or if this is encroachment.
Penalty marker down.
Nope, someone did move. Wow.
6
penalties really have hurt this Arvada West team here.
6 penalties, only 37 yards, nonetheless, though, 6 penalties.
I'm not so much talking about tonight. You know, it's just
all year long.
As you pointed out in that first half, there have been a few of them.
47-yard line.
Haven't hurt him enough, though, to take him out of a game. That's the catch. Ooh, couldn't get
close to a lateral.
Yes, it was. Almost looked like you can dump it to Pyatt. Pyatt's going to throw it down the other sideline.
Tell you what,
5 seconds left in the half.
That play hasn't been here tonight for the Wildcat offense. That little quick dump to one of your receivers out there on the perimeter. Pomona has done a good job of defensing that play. The one play they haven't done a good job of defensing is just the straight-ahead run, whether it's been a draw, toss, sweep, or whatever.
Well, the one thing Arvada West has done in fine form tonight is play defense.
Well, I'd expect this ball to be up for grabs. Throw it as far as you can and hope one of your players can make a tip. Or another penalty.
Somebody's father in front of us just yelled, "Would you quit throwing that whistle?" Well, he's been blowing it all night long, and unfortunately the flag's been flying Arvada West's way, and it just did again.
You ought to be saying, "Would you quit moving?"
I guarantee you Coach Logan will say that at halftime. An interesting half of football, though.
Arvada West had themselves in great position to put another 3 or maybe even another 6 on the board, but 2 penalties here have pushed them back 10 yards, and now for them to get any points on the board would be close to a miracle.
I agree with you. Cavallari drops back, goes up underneath, couldn't get it to Pyatt. He threw it so far behind Pyatt. Pyatt would have had to have been 4 people to reach back for that one.
1 second remaining, so there's just enough time for them to heave one up. It is 4th down. But at this point, with 1 second remaining, that really doesn't make a lot of difference.
That was Pyatt looked at him and was like, that was a tough pass there.
Pyatt had a step on the defender breaking across the middle. I think Pomona had pretty good deep coverage on that play. Pyatt would have had to make an incredible run to have broken it loose for big yardage, but he really could have picked up 10 or 15 if the pass would have been there.
Here we go. We're going for that Hail Mary. Here comes the defensive pressure. Can Cavallari let it go? Yeah, he does, but out of bounds as he gets hit, and that's going to do it for the first half. With this score 14-0. Cats have the lead. It is halftime. When we come back, we'll set the first half for you, give you some stats, and get the second half of Friday Night Lights underway here at Jefferson County Stadium on the Arvada West Wildcat Network. We'll be right back. It's halftime. Still have about a minute left before we kick this thing off for the second half. Once again, the Pomona Panthers won the coin toss in the first half. They deferred. They will receive the kick in the second half. Don Martin along with Eric Christensen here this evening. as we bring you this contest. 14-0 at halftime, and Eric has some first half stats for you to figure out exactly what the Wildcats did in that first half.
Well, don't need to be a rocket scientist to see how Arvada West built this 14-0 lead at the half. Arvada West ran the ball for 142 yards in the first half. Pomona only 23 yards. We talked about how Arvada West had dominated both lines of scrimmages. Well, those stats bear that out. Cavallari, pretty decent first half, 4 of 10. Not the numbers he'd like, but he did throw for 135 yards. And both of the Wildcats scores. Jeremy Craighead, their leading receiver, again, 2 catches, 135 yards. He caught both touchdowns. Arvada West, 277 total yards. Pomona, only 117. Been a tough first half for Sean Woods, especially running the football. 5 carries, 9 yards. He was 7 of 12 for 94. Their leading receiver is Ryan Lawton, the tight end, 2 catches for 53 yards, but only 117 total yards. They're going to need to do much better than that here in the second half if they hope to put themselves in a position to win this football game.
Big drive here for the Arvada West Wildcats. If they can stop Pomona from going down and scoring in this first drive of the second half, they can kind of write themselves a nice little game plan for the second half, possibly keep the ball on the ground, suck some time off, get another touchdown or two, and really put this thing away. If Pomona can put together a drive here and score, things could get a little interesting.
I talked to Gary Klatt earlier in the week, and I asked him the question, what's been the difference between this team? Last year, 2-8, same players this year, 8-1. And he didn't want to criticize the previous coaching staff, but what he did say is that when he took over this team, their work in the weight room, their weight room testing was poor at best. He said this team has been dedicated and relentless during the offseason and during the season with their work in the weight room, but when you're talking about 6 months, that's not going to make up for maybe a year or two of a laxed effort. That might be what you're seeing here. I think physically, Arvada West is the bigger, stronger, tougher football team, and where Pomona's made huge strides to improve in those areas, maybe they just haven't quite caught in the Wildcats.
Well, guess what? We're going to start this second half out with another touchback. Bring it out to the 20-yard line. Sean Woods and company will do the honors. Pomona has, in the past, back when Gary Klatt was there the first time around, and Coach Beeson, and then you had, a whole different coaching staff back at that point in time. Dave Logan, as a matter of fact, on that coaching staff as well. Weight training was huge.
Oh, yeah.
Huge. Pomona was known for being just big old bruising football players. And they lost a little bit of that when Gary Klatt left, and now they're trying to get it back. And let's see what they can do with this offense. Quick shot up the middle. The first time tonight that the fullback touches the ball and gains more than 2 yards, and Ryan Langan has to feel good starting out the second half with a quick pickup of 7.
That's the best run they've had in between the tackles all night. I'm going to bring up a name, Don. You might remember this kid. There was a kid when I was in high school who was a running back for Pomona. His name was David Wykowitz. And I saw him at a concert one summer, and I couldn't believe he was 17 years old. He was a monster, And you knew he had put a lot of time in the weight room.
They're going straight with that belly shot and using that fullback in this second half to get it underway. They're trying to go back to what got them here. And right now they're going to find themselves in a third down situation at 1. It's a 3rd and 1. First time this evening that they've run into a situation where they've been able to run the ball straight up the gut and get a couple of big yardage downs like that.
Well, when you run option football, you really got to soften up a team by dominating the middle. When you've got some running room in the middle, that really opens up the perimeter. And really, Pomona's tried to use the perimeter to open up the inside.
Oh, the ball was there, unable to take him down. However, moving quickly was Scott Lash, the cornerback. He had the assignment to grab the quarterback, and that time Sean Woods, quick dip with the shoulders, gets enough for the first down, pushes this ball out to about the 31-yard line.
Good defense, though. Woods had to fight, scratch, claw, crawl to get those 2 yards in the first down. He really was in a heap of trouble. He just was able to squirm his way across the 30-yard lines for a first down. Nonetheless, pretty good defense. They strung out that option very well.
1st and 10, turn around, give the ball inside. No, quick fake, goes into the flat. Tight end there, couldn't get him.
I'll tell you what, he had him wide open. Zadigan had broken free in between Cisneros and Ransom. he had some room. He just wasn't able to keep his footing. And again, we see a player having trouble keeping his feet.
Well, once again, he tried. This was the first time tonight, though, that I've seen a player not able to keep their feet in the quagmire in the middle of this field. The other guys have had problems on the outside of the grassy surface. 10.5 minutes left in the third. 14-0. Cats with the lead. Passing formation now for the Panthers as they have the football down at their own 31-yard line. 2nd and 10. Drop it straight back. Go over the middle. Whoa, Palmer was there. That was just a quick dump pass into Zadigan, and there was no way. He never really broke away from the linebacker.
The timing on that play looked to be a little off. I think by the time Zadigan turned around, the ball was already there. I don't know if he turned around too late or if Woods got a little impatient and threw it a little early. If Woods did get a little impatient, who could blame him? I mean, he's been harassed back there trying to get rid of the ball maybe a split second early. May have, hurt the continuity on that play.
Langan alone back in the backfield. They're trying to set him up for a screen. Nope. Go over the middle, find your tight end. He just sits in there. New player into the game this time, Nick Capra.
11 yards on the play and a first down.
Nick Capra comes away with one.
Pomona.
A wife related to the Capra family.
Yeah, I asked Gary Klatt if this was a Capra from the prominent Capra family that seems to appear everywhere in Denver, and he said he didn't think so, but he wasn't sure.
They're everywhere. 10 minutes left in the third. Quick handoff inside. Langan had the football. Gets about 3 yards.
30 Langan, ball carrier.
You know, Woods, when he hands the ball into Langan, he really isn't selling. He's
Yeah.
handing it to him. He's not really going down the line and faking a quick pitch to Reese or to Beecham. He's stopping.
That's true.
And it's not like he's really selling this handoff. 2nd down and 7. 44-yard line of the Panthers. They have the football and trail 14-0. Inside, quick inside handoff. Beecham grabs it. He didn't go very far.
I'll tell you something I just noticed there that time. You know who was playing a nose guard type position for Arvada West on that one? Jaden McNeely. He was lined up over the center. That's odd for him. We haven't seen him do that all year long.
Well, he also got the tackle, and he was the first one to hit Beecham coming through there, and then Morales helps him out. Or, excuse me, Joe Knight.
Another one of those new little wrinkles by Arvada West tonight.
Back to that single back in the backfield. Passing formation. A couple wideouts off the bottom of your screen. Here comes the pressure. Gets the ball up in the air. Intercepted. Right place, right time. I think it's Ransom. Yes, it is. Ball bounces off of the arms, up into the air, and Ransom comes away with it. First turnover of the night for the Wildcats. They put one down on the ground in the first half. This time the defense comes away with one, and once again, outstanding defense by the Wildcats.
Again on this cold night, Jason Roberts just had a hard time getting a hold of the ball. The ball did hit him in the hands. He just wasn't able to bring it in. And anytime a ball goes through your hands and bounces up in the air, those free safeties, they're just looking for easy interceptions like that.
Couple wideouts at the top of your screen. Turn around. Oh, give the ball to Dern, and he was met in the backfield. Had enough of inside him to bounce forward and get at least a half a yard on that game. But he was hit hard by Davis.
He almost coughed that football up after that hit. You saw the football kind of start edging its way out of his grasp. Duran did a good job of keeping a hold of the football and not turning it back over to Pomona.
Craigco comes out. Chad Jones comes in. Craighead comes to lower end of your screen. Dern will go up to the top with Pyatt. Single back in the backfield this time around will be Chad Jones. The quarterback, Cavallari. 2nd down and 9. 41-yard line of the Cats. They have the football in the lead, 14-0. Dropping straight back is Cavallari. Quick hitch pass. Man was open. He just couldn't quite get it there. Ball slipped out of his hands, but Dern was there for a first down.
It's been kind of a tough night throwing the football for Derek. I wonder if the cold weather is affecting him a little bit because he's thrown a number of passes at the feet of some receivers now. He has thrown 2 touchdown passes and is responsible for the Wildcats' only 2 scores, so he hasn't played poorly, but he has missed a few passes that we're normally accustomed to seeing him make.
Well, we have a 3rd down and 9 now with 8 minutes and 6 seconds left in this third quarter. Craighead at the lower end of your screen. You're going to go ahead with Dern and Pyatt at the top. They want Craighead. Craighead underneath.
Tries spinning around, couldn't quite get there. So you get out to about the 48-yard line, so they're going to be about 3 yards shy of this first down. They're going to punt this football away.
John Larson with a nice play out there. That was only about a 5-yard pass to Craighead. Arvada West hoping that these receivers could break some tackles and make some big plays like they've been doing all year. But Larson with a great sure-handed tackle stopped Craighead immediately, forcing Arvada West to punt.
Well, Dern's going to put his foot into it for the third time tonight. He had 2 very nice punts in the first half, and this one turns over for him. Gets it down to the 11. Pick it up. Still on his feet. Boom! And is just nailed back at the 15-yard line.
Chad Jones, I believe, and Zach Huey.
Chris Reese was the return man. He's going to go ahead and clear some cobwebs out and line up in his halfback position for the Panthers. And back come the offensive units for the Pomona Panthers. 8-1 on the season. The Cats is 7-2. Sean Woods is your quarterback. 1st and 10. Down at their own, and where are they going to finally rest this? About the 19-yard line. Robust offense. Defense has played well tonight. They keep the gaps and backing straight back as Woods looks into the flat. Man out there. Ransom there as well. Oh! Drops his second interception. He was cherry picking. He had one at the 49-yard line, and he dropped it. Lost it up in the lights. I'm going to give it to him.
That was a pass that had just a little too much air underneath it. Ransom had a lot of time to get underneath that football. And actually, that was a case where Ransom almost looked like he was the receiver. He almost ran a better route than Roberts did.
Well, he had it. And I tell you what, that was almost easier than the interception
that he had, yeah.
Earlier on, but it almost consecutive plays on interceptions for Ransom. Turn around, give this ball quickly back to Beecham. Beecham sweeping around the right side. He runs into a few folks, and he gets put down on the turf after a gain about 5.
McNeely and Cisneros in on that tackle.
Number 20, Beecham, the ball carried.
About the 25-yard line, so it's going to be an even 5-yard gain. 3rd down and 5 for the Panthers.
Nice little run there by Beecham. He was able to spin out of an initial tackle, kind of fight, squirm, and twist his way for an extra 3 or 4 yards to pick up 5 to make this a more manageable third, actually about 6 yards on the play, so it makes it a more manageable 3rd and 4 as opposed to maybe a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8.
Quick sweep out there. There's an injured player out on the field. Right now it looks like Rob Morellas is, no, it's not. It's
Wunderlich.
Robert Wunderlich. 6'4", 210-pound senior.
Brad Grunterad, 5'10", 180-pound junior, checking in for Wunderlich.
Appears as if he's going to be okay. It appears to be an ankle of some sort because they're helping him walk off, but he's still able to put down some weight on both of his ankles. 3rd down and 5. See what they can do. Quick shot inside. Oh, yes, beautiful defense. Nowhere to go. Running strong was Kevin Hart, but he ran into a wall. 4th down, they're going to punt this football away again. This defensive unit has really come up big and solid tonight.
Tell you what, kind of a strange play call. I mean, they haven't been able to run the ball with much effectiveness in between the tackles all night long. That time they give it to their backup fullback. Nowhere to go. Questionable play call there by Coach Platt.
Well, we have 6 minutes left in this football game. The ball's going to take a bounce. Pyle wanted to get up for it. Couldn't quite make it there. The ball takes a nice Arvada West bounce and goes out of bounds at the 49-yard line of the Cats where they take over.
Already the 6th punt of the night for Pomona. That is not an encouraging statistic if you are a Panther fan. But good field position by Arvada West. And, boy, I'll tell you what, that defense has been stellar here this evening.
6 minutes left in this 3rd quarter, 51 yards away from pay dirt. You go up 21-0 in this game right now, and it's over. I know you hate to say that with 6 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, but it's true. High formation set. Move Bernhard from the right side to the left. Turns your tailback, turn around, pitch it. Nope, quick fake, give it to Krako. Krako wrapped up quickly. Nowhere to go for Krako. Saeed grabbed him from behind. Held his jersey just long enough for everybody else to get a hold of him.
First time we've called Saeed's name tonight, and he's one of the better players on that defensive line for Pomona. But as we mentioned often during the first half, our Arvada West line really did a job in the first half. Here in the second half, though, it looks like Pomona has stepped up the intensity, or at least their level of play, making things a little bit more difficult for the Wildcats.
Boy, you can see the breath underneath the face masks out here. It is getting a little nippy at Jeffco Stadium tonight. It's supposed to snow tomorrow, and it's definitely watching that temperature fall right now. Dern's going to go in motion out of the backfield at the top of your screen. And flags flying everywhere once again.
We had gone about 6 or 7 minutes there without a penalty.
Delay of game on the Cats. Move this ball back 5 yards. It's going to be a 2nd down and 15. All the way back down to the 44-yard line of Arvada West.
44-yard line.
Cavalier, your quarterback.
2nd down and 15.
It's cold out there, but it evidently is not too cold because Joe Williams is still on the sideline. I formation set. They're going to go back to the same play. Dern's going to go in motion to the top of your screen. Turn around, quick pass, look underneath, get the tight end. Bernhorn has it, his first catch of the night. He just kind of found the spot, sat there, waited for the pass to come to him. He gets it to the 45-yard line of the Panthers. Nice play.
12 yards on the pickup. Cavalieri now with 152 yards passing tonight. What made that play nice is they faked that handoff to Krako like they did on the first play of the drive. That time Cavalieri took a step back and had some time. He felt comfortable in the pocket. Was able to find his tight end across the middle.
Coming down to 4.5 minutes left in the third. Craig Head and Pyatt at the top of your screen. Timeout, Cavalieri. Arvada West needs a timeout. A little confusion down on the field.
Timeout, Arvada West.
Well, you know this is 2-down territory for the Wildcats. That's already been established this year, hasn't it?
I'm not quite sure that it's 2-down territory with a 14-0 lead.
I'll tell you what.
If it were a crunch time situation, I'd say yes.
I've seen him go for it in games when they were up 40-something to 10 against Overland. He ran it right up the middle. I mean,
I'm just wondering right here, though, if against Pomona,
play field position.
You'd start playing field position with 4 minutes left.
I would think you would. But I've seen Dave go for it on 4th down opportunities that I wouldn't.
6-shooter out and take a shot here and there. We know that for sure.
I mean, you know, on the other side of the coin is, if you punt it and you down it inside the 20, you know, you make them work with a long field the way your defense is playing. I mean, they've been playing wonderful, but the other part of the coin is if you make the first down and you go in and score, as you said, this game's over.
Yes, it is.
So
let's go back to that same formation now. You have Craig Head and Pyatt at the top of your screen. Micah Paladino's now going to go and join them for a trips formation at the top. Single back in the backfield's Duren, and they're going to run a draw play. Gets the first down and then some. Breaks the play to the 40. He's going to get it down to the 37-yard line. You can almost see that coming.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent blocking up front.
And you can tell these guys have spent a lot of time during the week working on the draw play because the exchange between Cavalieri and Duren is flawless. The timing on that play is wonderful. Just when the defense thinks that he's dropping back to pass, sneaks a handoff into Duren. Duren with that explosiveness picks up 8 yards. That is a play that they've worked a lot on.
Broken play. Here comes an illegal man downfield penalty, I guarantee you.
Tell you what, not a bad play by Cavalieri because he was going to get killed, and he thought, hey, I'll just throw it out of bounds. Maybe someone sneaks out there and looks like an intended receiver.
Unfortunately, you had two
guys
down the field that are offensive linemen. You have to change those numbers quickly. Pomona making a decision on what they want to do. Illegal man downfield. Arvada West, we told them that already. Move this ball back 5 yards, and we'll start over again. First down and 15. Ball still, though, on the Pomona side of the field. Down at the 42-yard line.
Here's an interesting stat for you tonight, Don. Arvada West unofficially has 9 first downs, all of them on the ground. They haven't, captured a first down through the air yet.
Well, no, because they're too big.
Yep.
Passes through the air resulted in touchdowns.
And they threw a 12-yard pass to Bernhorn, but it was on 1st and 15.
3 receivers up at the top of your screen. Drop back, get it into the flat, try to get it out to Pyatt.
Cavallari needs to get the ball up in the air a little bit.
That's the fourth or fifth time we've seen him throw one that's short-hopped his receiver.
It's just that lazy pass. Shoot it. I mean, when we were watching him warm up on the sideline, he was drilling the pass, and now all of a sudden it's just like this little lazy dump off over here, and Pyatt could have gotten killed.
You know who does a great job of really getting the ball to his backs out of the backfield quick or to a receiver on a screen like that is Steve Young. I was watching him a couple weeks ago. He just turns and fires that ball over there quickly. When you just kind of lob it or take your time, gives the defense too much time to pursue.
What high school team does he play for?
The Mormons of...
Yeah, Craighead moves to the top of your screen.
Look,
quick
beautiful
dive play. Look at this. Just a quick handoff right up the middle.
Taken by number 36, Jones.
That's got to be a pickup of 8 or 9.
No doubt about it. Running the football, Chad Jones. Just a draw play.
I'll tell you what, that draw play, I mean, the timing on that is immaculate. They've really... That's the best looking play I've seen them run tonight. I mean,
well, when you have the speed and you hit it like you're saying, with the timing working like that, it really looks good.
They've got it down tonight because that's been a very effective play for them here this evening.
Pyatt at the lower end of your screen, Craighead at the top. There we go, option play out to Duran. Can he get a block from Pyatt? Yes, he does. Puts the speed, turns the corner, inside the 10, 5, down at the 3-yard line. 3 yards away from a 21-0 lead for the Arvada West Wildcats.
Number 2, Duran, the ball carrier.
32
Beautiful
yards.
Block, just a block that set him free by Pyatt off on the left side.
Yep.
Really need to give him a little bit of space.
Pyatt got a great block on that play. You know, we've seen him come up a little lame with that ankle, limping around the field. He hasn't made many big plays. He's only accounted for about 23 total yards in this football game. That's the second or third time we've called his name on a big block. That time it sprung Duran for a 32-yard pickup.
First down and goal from the 3-yard line. 2 minutes and 58 seconds left in the third quarter. Turn around, give it to Duran. Follows Krako into the hole. Runs into a few guys, though, after a pickup of maybe
Number
1 or
2,
2.
Duran,
It's
ball carrier.
second down now and goal. It appears to be about the 1.5-yard line.
Second down and goal.
Don Martin, Eric Christensen with you. Wildcat Television Network. Cats have a 7-2 record coming into this game. The Panthers from Pomona at 8-1. Nobody has left the building.
Actually, I'm looking down at the Arvada West sidelines. It looks like more people have showed up. Word's gotten out.
I formation set once again. Krako and Duran. 2:17 and counting. Second down and goal from the 2. Touchdown! Yes, indeed.
I'll tell you what, Davidson hit Duran about the 3 or 4 yard line, but Duran, with that strength we've talked about before, was just able to fight forward just enough to get the ball across the goal line. A good second effort there by Mike.
Well, he just kind of ping-ponged himself around in there and drilled that puppy in. Gets a few taps on the heads from Dave Logan and the rest of the assistant coaching staff, and a few smiles are starting to come out a little bit around here. Oh, messed the snap. 20-0. 2:11 left in this ball, in this third quarter, I should say. Bad snap, couldn't get the football down, but nonetheless, a 20-0 ball game as the Arvada West Wildcat defense really has reigned supreme here tonight. The offense doing, well, what they normally do.
I'll tell you what, you would think right now, the way this game has been going, that 20 points is going to be enough to get the victory. But, you know, with Arvada West playing for their playoff lives, so to speak, and the way they're going to get into the playoffs is through the wild card. You know, as impressive and as good as they can beat Pomona is only going to help their chances as far as getting a wild card. I mean, most people think that if they win tonight, they're automatically in. But, hey, you know what? If they make a statement, you know, winning 28-0, 35-0. I mean, there's absolutely no way you can keep this team from the postseason.
Well, even with the loss tonight, Pomona wins this league.
Mm-hmm.
And to be able to beat the league champion handedly going into the playoffs is a pretty nice sign.
And I'll tell you what, not only what does it make Chass's job easier as far as selecting them into the postseason, mentally, it gives these kids a lot of confidence because they're at midseason. They were struggling when they lost those games to Bear Creek and Columbine. This was a team that might have been questioning themselves a little bit, but if they end the season off here with an impressive win, as they looks like they're going to do, all that's going to do for these guys is give them a lot of confidence going into the postseason. And hey, anything can happen once you're in the playoffs.
You know, I just once again want to point something out because the young man just doesn't get enough attention. The MVP of this game to me is this Helgeson kid. I mean, he just drilled that ball 5 yards out the back of the end zone. You just never get an opportunity to bring one back. Slip screen, try to come up underneath. Pomona gets one, and let's see what they can do. Pull him down at the 40-yard line, saving a score. I think it was Jesse Brandon. I'm trying to read the number across the field, but oh man, that play finally worked for them, and it was Brandon.
Yeah, that was Chris Reese with the reception. That's the second time tonight he's picked up a decent gain on that little screen to the running back. However, Pomona is going to need to score often, and they're going to need to score quick to get back into this football game.
Well, they have 1 minute and 49 seconds left in this quarter, and the house just came crumbling down.
And that's our man, Mr. Palmer again.
Saw Palmer in there. Morales is all over the place. But Palmer has really come up big tonight.
Yeah, he's had a big game here this evening.
Coming in quickly off the sideline is Ryan Lawton, leading receiver for the Pomona Panthers in this game tonight. Coming out of the game is Joe Knight. Has a helmet problem. Quickly replacing Joe Knight is going to be Brad Grunnerad.
He's kind of like the emergency defensive lineman. He's the guy who came in when Wunderlich went out.
Exactly. Oh, here comes the pressure, and they get the pass away. I do not know how, but a completion to Jason Roberts. He gets enough for the first down out to the 48-yard line of the Wildcats.
Tell you, Woods has impressed me throwing the football here tonight for a guy who I think most people like to think of a guy who can run the ball first and then pass. He's put up some pretty good numbers, 136 yards through the air.
Unbelievable composure. He's had a purple helmet in his chest every time he's gotten rid of it. 57 seconds and counting in the third quarter. 20-0, the Arvada West Wildcats. Intercepted Palmer. He went up strong for that, still on his feet. Ride him like a cowboy coming down. He got it down to the 40-yard line, and Ryan Palmer just climbed the ladder for that one.
Tell you what, we just mentioned not more than a play or two ago about what a wonderful game he's played here tonight, and if we needed anything else to talk about, I mean, what a great interception by the big fella.
He went up and just snagged that one out of midair.
And again, I put the kiss of death on the kid. I'm talking about how good of a game Woods had throwing the football, and bang. However, that was just a great play by Palmer.
Palmer did a wonderful job. Down here taking some beauty shots right now. Took his helmet off quickly. Ran over by the girls. 44 seconds left in the third. 20-0. Cats with the lead. They put one in now, and it is definitely over. Pomona's offense tonight has been inept.
Yeah, they've had some nice plays here and there, but they just haven't been able to put anything together. And we go back to the play in the trenches. You know, when your offensive line isn't doing the job, it's just hard to mount any kind of consistent effort, and that's been the problem here tonight for Pomona.
Well, I'm with you. I mean, they've popped one here or there, but each time after that, it just kind of shut down.
Exactly.
Quickly, and this defense has just filled every gap. They've spread the option wide. They've done everything they've needed to do.
You've got active games from Palmer and McNeely, and guys like Chavez and Wunderlich and Morales and Knight have really jammed things up in the middle. I mean, we mentioned it before. When you're a team that likes to run the option, you got a full house backfield. I mean, things start in between the tackles with the fullback, and once a team has to commit to that opens up the outside. Pomona's never got the fullback game going. That makes it tough to get outside on the perimeter.
I agree with that. Boy, no one moved. And did he throw the interception? No, did not miss that pass.
But Cavallari got drilled.
The flag didn't fly or something, but
yeah.
It appeared as if only Cavallari in the center knew what the snap count was.
Derek 6 of 16 tonight for 152 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Well, and Sean Woods has thrown 2 interceptions and, almost had a third. So, I mean, it's been an interesting game. Duran is going to join Craighead at the top of your screen. Pyatt at the lower end. Drop straight back. Nope, quick draw play again. Flag flies as the ball goes to the ground.
Davidson there was able to trip up Jones not until he's gained 5 yards. Tell you what, we've called Davidson's name quite often for Pomona on defense tonight. They haven't had that great of a defensive effort tonight, but Davidson has been one guy who's been making some plays for the guys in black and white.
Another holding penalty. Pull this ball back again after the gain of 5. Now they're going to mark it off from where the hold was. Let's see here. Nope, right there. Bring it on back, and let's see what you can do with this. 2nd down and 20. So push that ball close to the midfield stripe.
10 penalties, 61 yards tonight for Arvada West. Brings up a 2nd and 19.
They have more yards and penalties than Pomona has in rushing.
Yeah, you got that right.
Craighead and Duran at the top of the screen. Pyatt at the lower end. Single back in the backfield is Chad Jones. Turn around, fake it to him. Nice protection. Has Pyatt out there. 2 guys around him, though. Intercepted. Going up strong after that football and pulling it down. Joel Klatt, the coach's son. He's going to put that ball down about the 7-yard line, 6 or 7 yard line.
Tell you what, we mentioned the safeties early on, and they haven't seen a lot of action because Arvada West has basically been keeping the football on the ground. But a great play there by Klatt. He just turned into a center fielder. He read the play, wasn't sucked in by the draw, was able to get back, and he just read the play well. A nice play by Klatt. I'll tell you one thing about that play, though, is you saw all the time Cavallari had to throw that ball. That's been set up by how effectively they've been able to run the draw play, because once he faked it to Jones, everyone on the Pomona defense stopped because they've seen that play kill him a number of times tonight. That gave Cavallari a lot of time to throw.
Sure did. Running hard with the football is Kevin Hart, the backup fullback. He's going to push it out to the 15-yard line.
Of course, that interception, I mean, when you're up 20-0 and your defense is playing well, you can take a chance like that because, I mean, basically you're forcing Pomona to go 93 yards to score, and really Pomona has shown no inclination to mount that kind of drive.
Well, that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. Put 12 minutes up on the clock, and let's see what these guys can do. 12 minutes to decide whether or not the Cats go to the playoffs. They have a 20-0 lead. Pomona trying to do something on offense. It's going to be a 2nd down and handful, looks like, from the 15-yard line. Been an interesting ball game.
Tell you what, I expected a little more out of Pomona's offense here tonight.
So that's why it's been interesting.
I guess Arvada West's defense has exceeded all my expectations.
I mean, this defense has just they've done such a phenomenal job. I honestly can go out on a limb right now and say this is the best defensive showing that Arvada West has had all year.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to argue that with you. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant here this evening.
Well, the robust offense has not caught them off stride. There's no doubt about it. You have a staff and a group of kids that definitely prepared well, and they're not being surprised right now.
Got another flag here.
Hey, this one's on Pomona. That's only, what, like their 2nd or 3rd?
That's their 3rd for 25 yards. Arvada West 9 for 61.
Well, Don Martin, Eric Christensen with you. Jefferson County Stadium, 20-0, 11:59 left in the ball game. That flag took exactly 1 second. Pomona going back to their regular offense.
Oh.
Little misdirection play to Chris Reese. Another flag down on the field. There's going to be a holding penalty or a crack pack block of some sort on this Pomona offensive line.
That's just going to move them deeper and deeper.
Yes, indeed. Game getting a little sloppy right now. It's getting so cold outside you can hardly see through these windows.
That penalty is going to be declined, so that's the loss of about 3 yards on the play.
3rd down and 9 for the Panthers as the ball is resting about the 6-yard line.
difficult situation for Pomona because, time's running out. You got to make something happen. But with the ball inside your own 10, you don't want to make that critical mistake, but you really can't be conservative here. You've got to open it up and take a chance.
So they're going to go into that passing formation. Lone back in the backfield. The big fullback is Langen. Dropping straight back. Here comes the pressure. He throws it, just airs one out. Intercepted. Cisneros has it. Third interception in 3 consecutive series for the Pomona Panthers.
That's exactly what we're talking about. A situation where, here in the fourth quarter, you're down 20 points. You've got to make something happen. However, field position really isn't on your side at your own 7-yard line. You can't be conservative. It's kind of a double-edged sword, and Pomona and Gary Klatt had to try to make something happen. That time, though, again, the defensive line for Arvada West was able to create some pressure. They got Woods on the run, tried to throw a very difficult pass off his back foot on the run, and he just doesn't have that John Elway arm.
First and 10,
bottom line.
24-yard line. Pitch it straight back. Jones with the football. Ooh, he is met hard at the 20. He was just stood up, and then his world got rocked a little bit.
I tell you what, though, he made a nice run because the play was supposed to come out here way to the left. He saw there was nothing doing. Nice cutback, almost found a lane and almost had a big gainer, but you're right. He got hit and hit hard. Still picks up 4 yards.
Yes, he does. Timeout, officials timeout. They're trying to figure out what they're doing. It's so cold outside right now, the pee in that whistle got stuck. 10:55 left in this ball game. 20-0. Pomona is trailing. They just gave the ball back to the Cats. Cats have it now 2nd down and 5 at the Pomona 20-yard line. They're going to send Pyatt along with Micah Pauldina at the top of your screen. I formation set. Dern is your tailback. He's going to see the football. Gets it down to the 15-yard line. He's going to be a yard shy of the first down. 3rd down and 1 in 4-down territory.
Mike Duran's been the workhorse here this evening for the Wildcats. 17 carries, 140 yards that time. He got a bone-crunching block by Jim Krako. Krako and Chris Reese collided, and you could feel the tremors up here in the press box. Nonetheless, it was an effective block by Krako because it took Reese out of the play, and Duran picked up 5.
Clock's coming down to 10 minutes now as it continues to just run on out. Craighead and Pyatt off to the left side. I formation set. Fake. Give it back to Krako. And, that didn't fool anybody. 4th down and 2 after a loss of 1.
Rob Conley, the middle linebacker for the Pomona Panthers, must have had the A-West playbook on that one because he read that play. That's that play that looks like it's going to be a quick toss to the right side, but then Cavalieri at the last minute sticks it in the gut of Krako. However, Conley, no part of it, throws Krako for about a yard loss.
4th down and 2. This is it for the ball game if you're the Panthers. If you have a shot at all. Because if you allow these guys to score, get that first down and keep this thing rolling, this game's over. Cavalieri drops back, looks into the flat, finds Pyatt, catches it. 10, 5, touchdown!
Nope, just short.
They get him at the 1. Oh, what a move by Pyatt. I gave it to him.
That's why you're up here.
First down and goal from the 1-yard line. 9:21 left in the game. That was pretty. Pyatt just found the spot, sat down, and then after he caught it, he turned on a dime to the outside, went on a couple of moves. I thought he was in.
That's the first time Pyatt's really made any kind of big yardage here tonight other than that first run of the game he had for 15 yards. He's been slowed by that ankle injury that time. Caught the ball, made a great play to elude the tackler, pick up an extra 5 to 10 yards.
First guy down.
Flag.
Touchdown. Flags flying all over the place. Somebody move. We're going to do this again.
Krako's upset. He thought he had himself another touchdown.
Well, they move this ball back a few yards and try it again. First down and goal from the 6-yard line. Let's make it. Well, allows them to run a little bit more clock, 9 minutes, 18 seconds left in this game. 20-0. You were talking earlier about making a statement.
They've done that here tonight. If there's anyone out here watching this game, you've got to be impressed with this Arvada West football team because they've shown the ability on offense to hold a sustained drive, something they really haven't shown all year long. Of course, we all know they have big play potential, and the defense has come up with their best performance of the year. If you're a 5A team and you're going to face Arvada West in the playoffs, this is a lot different team than maybe the team you saw 4 or 5 weeks ago. This is a team that looks like they're peaking at the right time.
Well, defensively, they put all the pieces together tonight. There's no doubt about it. Another timeout being called by Cavallari. Did not want to make a mistake on first down and goal from the 6. Coach Platt finally making it out to the try to figure out what they need to do. The Pomona fan base is diminished somewhat. Cut itself in about a half.
Hasn't been much to cheer for.
Dancing in front of us, trying to keep warm.
Yeah, I don't know if they're dancing more than they are just trying to move in and get that blood running. Of course, we are in the luscious confines of the Jeffco press box, and it's pretty mild in here.
It is. I kind of like this.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to leave.
Get me to my truck. I want to go home. First and goal from the 6. Craig, head at the lower end of your screen. Up at the top, you have Pyatt. I formation set. Craco and Dern make up the backfield. Cavallari, your quarterback. Drops straight back. He wants Pyatt on the outside. Pyatt's out there. Oh! And that ball was intercepted.
Man.
I mean, it was going. Couldn't quite get his hands on it, however, and that's Rob Connolly, your middle linebacker.
He read that play from the get-go, and Cavallari, that's a pass he probably shouldn't have thrown because a little better execution by Conley, and it's probably not 6 the other way because Pyatt would have caught him about 30, but nonetheless would have took some points off the board.
Yes, it would have. Here we go, set it up again. Same formation except Micah Thompson in the game. Handed off to Dern, and he is drilled. Hit quickly by Matt Davidson as he hit the hole.
Again, we call Davidson's name during 18 carries, 141 yards. Offensively, he's really had a fine ball game from that tailback position.
Third down and goal.
Craig
Head
checking in.
down to the 4-yard line. You know, from here, I just hand that ball back either to Craco or Dern again, and let Dern follow Craco, and just do it 2 more times. 8:43 and counting.
Let the clock run.
Offset eye. Craco is going to go in motion.
I might run a little option.
Yeah, I think they are too. Nope, just a quick pitch back.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, they spread it out. Dern tries to turn the corner. He may have gotten a yard. He gets it down to the 1-yard line, and Cavallari just points over to Coach Logan and says, half a yard, Coach. 8:21 and counting in the ball game. 4th down.
Give some credit to the Pomona defense here, though. You know, just when they maybe could have folded up the tent and given up, they're putting up a little stand here defensively against Arvada West. I mean, I think they realize that if they have any hope of coming back in this football game, they got to come up with a stop right here and right now. Another touchdown, and really this game is over. I mean, 20 points. 8 minutes left. The way Pomona's offense has been playing, it's probably over right now. But stranger things have happened. This defense still playing hard here midway through the 4th quarter.
Stranger things have happened. 8 minutes left in the ball game. Trust me.
You know, one of these times, Don, something miraculous is going to happen, and it's going to make you take back those words.
Not going to happen tonight. I'll tell you that right now.
You're probably
not
right.
Happen tonight. This defense has played too darn well. I'm telling you, you can just kind of get a feeling. You got officials out there right now wiping their noses on their sleeves. It's getting so cold. I mean, it is cold out there. 4th down and goal from the 1-yard line. Spread it way out. Are they going to go for a slant pass to Craighead? I don't think so. Here comes the pressure. Turn around. Option to the outside. Craighead with a block. Touchdown!
Well, I called for the option play. I guess one play too early, huh?
Yes, you did. Craighead with a beautiful block. These receivers do an awesome job of blocking on both sides of the field. Dern with a deep thigh bruise. He's walking gingerly over here. He was hit pretty hard as he hit the goal line. But once again, this young man is all effort. He put it right in and through. 8 minutes left in this contest, 26-0. just a couple seconds away from 27-0. Up and good. 27-0. Convincing game here tonight for Arvada West.
It has been a dominating performance by the guys in purple. And I'll tell you what, those receivers, I mean, we've called Pyatt's number a couple times more on blocks, and we have big plays tonight. That time it was Craighead getting the block. And you think these wide receivers take on, I guess, the personality of their head coach. I mean, I was pretty young when Dave was playing in the NFL, but I do remember that, you know, he used his size to his advantage. He was a big, strong wide receiver, and he was a physical guy, and, you know, that shows in these guys like Craighead and Pyatt.
I agree with you. Duran down here, I mean, he has Cavallari sitting next to him, picking the dirt out of it, grass out of his face mask. So he kind of went hedgehog hunting down there when he went deep into the turf. This offense has really played well tonight as well. I mean, it's been a dominating performance on both sides of the football.
Hey, they've done it in all three facets, offensively, defensively, and even the special teams. I mean, they've all been really well. I mean, special teams bobbled at 1 point after, but, you know, Helgeson's been kicking it through the end zone. They haven't made many glaring mistakes, and it's been a total team effort here tonight for Dave Logan's squad.
Look at that. That ball's going to land on the highway. That kid is something else.
It's automatic.
They call him Golden Leg. He just puts his foot into it, and the ball just flies out of the end zone, and he then runs out there, picks up the tee, comes back over, sits down on the bench, says, "That's my night."
That's right. I think he plays a little bit on the O-line, doesn't he?
A little bit, yes. Mm-hmm. Plays quite a bit, as a matter of fact, on that O-line. Well, Sean Woods and company coming out trying to save a little face here. They're 80 yards away from some points. 8 minutes to get there. Run that option play and get drilled.
Is that Palmer again?
Palmer again.
Boy, who else?
Run that. Palmer and Chavez and Joe Knight. But Palmer had him wrapped up like they were going hog wrestling or something and just throw him to the ground.
Not that Ryan hasn't had a fantastic junior campaign up until this point, but he's really had a season game here tonight. I mean, he has been all over the football field. Of course, the play that's going to stand out is the interception, but he's got to be close to double digits in tackles.
I agree with you. Look at this. They try running a draw play out of the passing formation, and you aren't going anywhere.
Wonder-looking Morella is there.
I mean, that entire defensive line stayed in there. I see Joe Knight coming out of that one again. We've said his name more tonight than we've said in quite a few games, too.
You'd be hard-pressed to find a single player on that defensive side of the ball who hasn't played a pretty good game here this evening.
I agree. You talk about preparation.
The guy's name, who I guess we haven't called often, has been Jeff Florin. He's the second leading tackler on this team.
He's been flying around. It's just been, in different places. Oh! Flags fly in. It's either holding or a face mask. Palmer flew in there.
That Palmer has been a one-man wrecking crew here tonight. My goodness.
He had a quarterback for dinner, and I don't know if he got a face mask. Yes, he did. Can't blame him for that, though. A for effort. The Arvada West band just blowing away out here tonight. Automatic first down after that face mask. It's going to be 15 yards. Push this ball out to the 30-yard line. And see if the Panthers offense might be able to do something, because other than that penalty, they haven't done squat on this possession. Passing formation again for the Panthers. 6.5 minutes left in the game. Dropping straight back. Here comes the pressure. They're looking for it in the flat. He just has to throw it away. Airmail.
Palmer just knocked Chris Reese down, too. Just drilled him. I mean, that kid is having a lot of fun out there on the ball. I mean, he's just killing people. It's unbelievable.
Public enemy number one here. Second down and 10. 27-0 ball game with 6:25 left.
Tell you what, if you want to get your money's worth here in the final 6:25 of the fourth quarter, just isolate on number 50 in purple, because he's eating people up and spitting them out. My goodness.
He has a pretty big gap in front of him, too. Woods is changing the play up at the line.
Woods probably saying block 5-0.
Here comes the pressure from the backside. He gets
Nice
it away.
pass.
It was a nice pass. Nice move, too. Still running. Flora tries getting him. Finally take him down. Ransom has to do the honors as they bring him down at the 41-yard line. Quick moves and just nice little footwork by Jason Roberts. Roberts is hurt, though.
He picked up 27 yards on the play. Roberts isn't a very big guy, 5'7", 145 pounds, and he got hit pretty hard at the end of that play. About 3 or 4 Wildcats gave him a nice shot.
He has his face planted in the turf, and he keeps kicking that foot. I don't know if that's Roberts.
No, that's not Roberts. I think that's
down.
Jack Zadigan, the fine tight end for Pomona.
He's in some pain. Someone drilled him from behind.
Tell you what a nice pass, though, by Woods, because he split the seam in that zone, and there wasn't much room to get that ball to Roberts. Had to be thrown at the perfect time and in the perfect place, and it was. And I'll tell you, a guy who just missed making the tackle was Palmer. One of the few times tonight he's come up empty-handed when he's gone for a tackle.
Well, not only did he split the seam, but the moment he released the football, he was mauled by Chris Chapman.
Imagine that, huh?
I mean, just mauled. 6 minutes, 14 seconds left in this game, and both of these teams are playoff bound. 27-0 ball game. Pomona's only loss of the season prior to this one to Fairview, out of the Continental League.
Both teams will finish the season 8-2.
Yep.
However, you get the feeling that one team's going into the playoffs with a little more momentum than the other. You know, Arvada West struggled there midway through the season, losing to Bear Creek and then coming back, I believe it was the very next week, and losing to Columbine. Since then, the schedule got a tad easier. Beat Arvada, beat Stanley Lake, able to make some things happen. And then here in the finale against Pomona, I mean, this is an Arvada West team that has given themselves a lot of reasons to have a lot of confidence. And they're going into the playoffs. It's a very dangerous team. Pomona, on the other hand, hey, they've lost 2 of their last 3. This is a team that, hey, they've had a great year considering they were 2-8 last year, but this might be a team that might be limping into the postseason.
It's just getting foggy outside. Well, they helped the big guy off the field. Hope the best for Jack Zadigan. And move him towards the bench there and roll this one on out. First down and 10 for the Panthers. 41-yard line of the Cats. 6:14 left in the ball game. They trail 27-0. Sean Woods, your quarterback. Going back into that passing formation once again. Ryan Langan just gave his quarterback a smack on the backside. Let's get going, he told him. Turn around. Here we go, looking for the flat. Nudge timing pattern down the sideline. Goes up and gets it. Jesse Brannon couldn't get quite high enough to take that ball away from Chris Reese, who went up a la one of the Arvada West receivers and comes away with that football.
Took the words out of my mouth. That's a time there where you saw an opponent go up on one of those balls that's basically up for grabs and come down with it. Reese making a nice play on the football. He's had a pretty good game catching the ball. 5 catches, 61 yards. Woods now 183 yards passing.
First down and 10, 21-yard line of the Cats. Deepest penetration of the afternoon now for the Pomona Panthers.
Oh.
Here they come. You wanted to know where Flora was?
There he is.
He just got a hold of Mr. Woods, and he made some wood on that one.
Woohoo! That's, to my count, their 3rd sack of the game. However, they've had countless other opportunities where they've put a lot of pressure on Mr. Woods and Flora. I really like the way that guy plays football. 215, a little over 6 foot, runs like a deer. You said Jeremy Craighead could play on your team any day. I'll take Jeff Flora.
Coming down on the 5-minute mark. Second down and 22 yards for the first. For this offense, let's see what they can do. Sean Woods is in. And right now you've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 guys in the box. Turn around. Here comes the pressure to get it off.
Interference.
And a flag. Is this going to be interference offensively?
I'll tell you what, the pass was caught, too.
I know.
That's a heck of a catch by Chris Reese. I don't know if Steve can hear us, but if he looks at Jim Krako down here on the camera at about, Pomona's 45-yard line, looks like he's holding up a spear or something.
It does, doesn't it?
What the heck's he got in his hands?
White flag on it.
He's been waving it around for the last couple minutes, too.
Are you giving up over there? This is that look at him. And he's doing it towards the Pomona guys.
Pass interference.
I'll tell you what, if he came walking down the street with a spear in his hand, I'd walk across the street and down the alley and hightail it away from that man.
Well, they take the catch away, go with the pass interference, mark it off 15 yards, an automatic first down, and push that ball once again inside the 20 down to the 16-yard line.
Arvada West 16-yard line.
13 penalties, 96 yards again for Arvada West.
Well, here we go. Second down now and 10. Make it a 1st and 10. I'm sorry, that was an automatic first. Just took them a while to change it. Here comes the pressure up the middle. Sean Woods, his knees buckled, and he called a timeout, boy.
Hey, mine
Look
would
at the
too.
fog pushing through this building right now.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
Wow. Snow is coming.
They might be getting this game over just in time.
Sean Woods' knees buckled. He looked up. Jeff Flora and Ryan Palmer both creeped right into the gap in front of his face mask, and he just stopped. Wait for a second and call timeout.
You get a good look at the fog there on your screen right there. You can tell that things have changed, maybe not drastically, but they're changing quick here at Jeffco Stadium.
Tell you what, cover the kids up tonight.
I still want to know what it is Krako's walking with on the sidelines.
Some sort of a spear. Look,
He's doing that Sammy Sosa thing with a spear in his hand. There you go, Steve. Right there he is, right there.
Some flags.
Now he's bumping chests with guys, and you know how a lot of teams play, like what Auburn and Alabama play for the brass boot or something like that. I wonder if A. West and Pomona play for the
ugly spear
or something.
Yeah, moving
flags
all over the place on this play. We can't even get a clear picture right now because there's so much fog moving in.
It really came in quick too, didn't it?
Kind of like Transylvania around here. Well, see, now Pomona has to move it back a little further.
Well, that's because Woods' knees are still shaking.
4.5 minutes left in the game. 27-0. My partner told me weirder things have happened. I don't think so tonight.
Well, I'm recanting that statement right now.
Oh, Lord. Pitches straight back. The big fullback has it, and he is ridden down quickly by Robert Wunderlich. Wunderlich left the game earlier with an ankle sprain, and he came back, and he wrapped up Ryan Langdon, and Langdon looks a little gimpy getting up. Langdon hasn't really done much tonight.
Anyone who's carried the football for Pomona hasn't done anything tonight. Woods, 8 carries, 1 yard. Langen, 10 carries, 20 yards. Reese, 3 carries, 2 yards. Beecham, 4 carries for 10 yards. Hart, 2 carries for 8 yards. That's stuffing the run.
Yes, it is. Rolling out.
Uh-oh, here comes Palmer.
Oh, Chavez drills him. Drops an interception. Had an opportunity. That's the 3rd time tonight he had an opportunity at interception. He pulled one of them out.
I'll tell you what, Chavez put a mean hit on Sean Woods, and if he wouldn't, Palmer was only a step or 2 away. But Palmer helps Woods up after the big hit. Like, this guy's been just causing terror and fear all night long through Pomona's offense, and now he's helping him up.
I tell you what, he mauled him like a big old grizzly bear. His hands up in the air, just chest to chest, and mauled him.
Chavez has played a great game tonight,
really
too.
has.
I mean, we've been talking about Palmer here the last few minutes. I mean, McNeely and Chavez, Wunderlich, these guys have played awful well tonight as well.
3rd and 14, 20-yard line. Oh, what a hit by Palmer. Knocked him into tomorrow morning. It's going to take a little bit for this young man. He may be out. I guarantee you he is out. That is the most vicious hit I've seen all year. The young man is out cold. Palmer drilled him. Oh, my gosh, what a hit. His legs haven't moved yet. I mean, you have coaches from both sides moving out there right now. Dave Logan moving in. I mean, it was a clean hit, but Palmer just drilled him. You're talking size on size, and Ryan Langdon just took the most vicious hit I've seen this year.
That was a train wreck.
Oh. I mean, Palmer, oh my. You talk about just college caliber tackle there. Whew.
I mean, I dare say this has been the defensive effort of the year in high school football by a single player.
Yes,
I mean,
it has.
Palmer
oh
has been, I said it before, I mean, he's been a one-man wrecking crew, and I mean, let's hope, I believe that is Ryan Langen who's down on the ground, and let's hope he just got knocked out.
I think
let's hope, I mean,
there's no doubt about it. He is seeing tomorrow morning right now.
I mean, I think it's a case where you got a guy who's just not cold, and they're just trying to, get him back to this world. Let's hope it's nothing more serious than that. But, boy, I'll tell you what.
His legs haven't moved yet. I mean, this is kind of scary right here.
And you see some good sportsmanship. Dave Logan for Arvada West going out there, checking on the young man.
These are kids. I mean, they're high school kids. I don't care what anybody says. They're running around in men's bodies right now, but they're still kids.
Ryan Palmer's out there taking a look, too, making sure everything's all right. I mean, we've described him as a physical terror out there tonight, but this young man obviously, has got a little.
One of the greatest hits I have seen by a high school football player in the 12 years I've been doing this. I'll tell you that right now.
I think I'm going to have to ask Steve to give me a complimentary copy of this game just so I can go back on my VCR and rewind the tape and take a look at this game. Me being a big Buff fan, too, maybe I ought to help Rick Neuheisel out with that in-state recruiting and send a video of this to Boulder.
You pray for this young man right now. I mean, he's getting up. He's moving. They're getting the cobwebs out of him. What a stick. He's a little ticked off now. He bounces up. He wants to stay in. They're not going to let him.
Well, basically, I mean, this is a case where the kid hasn't realized he's been on the ground for the last few minutes.
Yeah.
He just came to and he's like, no, I'm all right. But
this coach is hugging him right now. He's saying,
young man,
now, understand. Just,
tomorrow morning when you wake up, you'll feel that.
Yeah, take a few deep breaths. I mean, everything's cool.
You saw Palmer, I believe, there, just kind of tapped him on the shoulder, no harm.
He popped up. No doubt about that.
My, oh my.
That was scary, but I'm going to tell you right now, that is the number one greatest hit I've seen in high school football yet. Oh, man.
So now it's, 4th and 14 for Pomona. And how would you like to be the next guy getting the football?
I wasn't even paying attention to that part. Clock running down to 3 minutes, and I know good and well, don't run the ball. Just throw it in the air. I mean, holy
my goodness. Well, look at what's on. Let's call a timeout. You sure you guys want to go for this?
Yeah. Well, let's call the timeout. He wants to converse with his coach for a second. He looked across the line and saw the eyes of Ryan Palmer. Oh, man. He still has another year left, too.
You talk to a lot of people, Don, who I think are older than you and I, who remember guys like Dick Butkus playing, guys who really, just struck fear into the hearts of their opponents and really dominated the game because they were mean, tough, and people were literally intimidated by them. I think this is a case right now where if you're a Pomona player, how could you not be intimidated by Ryan Palmer in the game he's played here tonight?
You know what? I've had an opportunity to call quite a few high school games in quite a few years here, all right? And I've seen some pretty darn good linebackers. And I'll tell you what, there was one out there, Rocky, at Cherry Creek was pretty darn solid. I'll tell you what.
Do you remember Pete Dadiotis at East?
Yes, I do too. And I'll tell you what, but this kid here.
He's only a junior.
I know, but still, that lick that he just stuck was one of the greatest things I've seen in a long time. Here comes the pressure. Chavez wants him. And Ryan Palmer again. Oh, my gosh. Take the kid out of the game. Don't let him play anymore tonight. It's unfair. It's unfair. It really is.
God.
The kid's a junior. And I don't mean to cuss or anything, but damn it, it's unfair. He is confronting this defense. Oh, my
gods.
I mean, I'll tell you what, you are going to have to you are going to have to show me another player who's had a better defensive game in this state than Palmer tonight. I mean, this has been the game of his life.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh.
It's been an honor just calling the dang thing. I mean, this has been incredible. 2:45 and counting in this game. 27-0. Cats with the ball and the lead, and Ryan Palmer on their side. I don't know what else to tell you. Holy cow.
I'll tell you what, if I'm Arvada West's next opponent, if I'm the head coach, I don't even want a tape of this game because I don't want to show my guys the game Palmer's had, because how could you not be intimidated?
Well, I mean, the thing is, we're sitting there watching Palmer have an unbelievable game, but, I've also watched quite a few other guys play pretty darn well. Here we go. Look at this. Still running with that football and doing a wonderful job. The offense continues to make things
That's
happen.
Zach, isn't it, our boy Zach?
That's Zach Ewey coming in. His first carry of the night. It's enough for the first down, so now we're going to run some clock, and this is going to be it.
Whoa.
I don't mean to laugh, but my.
And I'll tell you what, it's an addiction, too, for Palmer, because he's still jazzed up over here on the side.
What?
He's like, oh, yeah! I mean, he doesn't want this game to end.
He got jazzed as the game continued, though.
Oh, yeah,
It started in the first half. And you talk about rivalries and you talk about different things, and right now you can throw everything out. This young man, oh, Lord. 136 and counting. I'll be talking about him later in the week. Jeez. That was just an unbelievable play.
I'll tell you what.
Back to back.
And now he's holding up the spear. Him and Krako and a few other gentlemen,
Also in there, and rightfully so, is Joe Knight. Because Joe Knight played a tremendous ball game tonight. Wunderlich had a great game as well.
Kip Rule, their center.
Fives. Turn around, just hand the football back. Don't do anything with it. Ewey runs hard. And it's going to be fourth down. Ball down at the 50. 58 seconds left. Just run some clock, boys, and let's go home with a 27-0 victory and move on into the playoffs.
Well, we know Arvada West keeps defensive statistics, and Don, your chore this week is to find out the numbers on Mr. Palmer and give those to me. Because,
my gosh. Interceptions and just
tackles, sacks, tackles for losses,
Cole
knockouts.
Folks knocking them into tomorrow.
He's got more knockouts tonight than Mike Tyson.
This has been unbelievable.
He's still firing. He's like, yeah!
I have never seen a total domination on all three facets of a football game like we have seen here tonight.
We've seen worse beatings. It's only 27-0. We've seen worse scores, but you consider the quality of the opponent.
Dave Logan just looked at every one of those kids, looked him right in the eyes, clapped his hands, said, "Now let's go shake hands." That's exactly what you do right now.
There's Palmer. Look at him. He's still fighting. That guy wants to play another 4 quarters.
Oh, I guarantee you he does. What a tremendous ball game. Unbelievable game. Final score 27-0. Don't know what else to say. We're going to go ahead and let you just watch these kids shake hands. We'll see you when playoff time comes. And Eric, have a wonderful time, over the next week as we get prepared to go for the next one. This has been outstanding.
Tell you what, Arvada West going into the playoffs, they couldn't have played a better game to end the regular season and to get themselves prepared mentally, physically, and emotionally for the postseason. It's a team that looks to me like they're going to give whoever they face a whole bunch of trouble.
Well, for my partner Eric Christensen, I'm Don Martin. We're going to see you next time, and there will be a next time, as the Wildcats take this one in convincing fashion, 27-0 over the Pomona Panthers. What a ball game. Have a wonderful evening.